the events of Reverberations, the heroes found themselves tending to some trouble at home. A dispute was brewing in Bavol between the non-humans and the humans with regards to their system of indentured servitude. It came to a head when a orc known as William Kane started making terrorist attacks around Bavol. The heroes found themselves wrapped up in this conflict, and regrettably, Nag was killed by William. The heroes banded together and enlisted the help of local non-humans and humans alike, and made a stand against William. Eventually, they were able to emerge victorious against William and his resistance forces, and with the help of Vanessa Florentine, Samuel Kennedy, and other notable figures in Bavol, started ushering out a new age in Bavol, where the indentured servitude is now illegal. Their Talon contacts from Woodpine University, Jacko Birdsong, Camellia Blackwater, and Radovan Dotor, saw fit to give the heroes a bit of a break before sending them on their next mission. So, the alchemist, Ralorian Zarbosa, went on a little search to find a laboratory from deep within his memory. Once there, however, he found nothing but a trash laboratory and the corpse of one known as Joffrey, who was connected to his past. Joffrey had transferred his consciousness, in some part, to a nearby Modron. Extracting as much information as he could, Ral and the party left the lab behind. Upon the party's return to Woodpine University and reunion with Camellia, Radovan, and Jocko, the plan was hatched to send the dragon eggs to Naomi's homeland of Crescient in order to confer with the mysterious entity known as Kiaton to find out more about them. It comes at a convenient political time, Radovan told the party, as it seems Crescient has just reopened their borders. Asking Smiley to captain the ship on their voyage to Crescient, Smiley readily agreed. And now the heroes find themselves at the dock of Hopi. So, just to get a sort of general sense of where you guys are, if you look at the very eastern peninsula of Speria here, you're in the Rhodean settlement of Hopi. Yep, got two people circling it for me. Thank you.
I've got one really good eye. It can see really small. The other one just lazy as hell.
So, you are here with your Sandiacs, your business on the continent concluded.
Sandiacs will fit on the... How big a damn boat is this? Jesus.
Can we trade in Sandiacs?
What?
If you want.
No.
For appropriate themed animals?
I'm not getting rid of my
What?
Sandiac.
Like, what could we possibly trade them for?
Goodbye, Princess
Nothing.
Fluffy Bottom.
I don't know.
No! Zia's just clinging to Princess Fluffy Bottom. I'm not losing it yet! We have a connection now!
Wow, that escalated.
It is it's not a private boat to help fund having control of the boat and such. It seems that you're going to have some other people aboard the boat. You see a few people loading things onto it. Most of them look like Western merchants, although you do see a missionary of the Drangleth religion.
Oh, great.
Do we need to like go pat these people down to make sure they're not like William fanatics trying to avenge him?
That would be Smiley's job.
I'm the first mate.
I like how you just declare that.
Well, no, I already asked him. He said I could be.
Okay.
Should we like go check him out, Captain?
Yeah. We should.
Okay. You're going to check out who's coming on?
Yeah, I want to search all their stuff, make sure they don't have any like things that can blow the boat up or kill me.
So
I'd also like to state that, I guess while getting my meager belongings onto the boat, I would like to be in human form.
okay. With Kitsune, it's the same human form every time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So she would still recognize me if what's her nuts is coming on board.
You know she is.
Well, I'm ready.
So for now, though, you only see 2 people. It's a bit early in the day. You're not set to sail out for another few hours. But these are the eager early comers. So you see a God, he's so huge.
Oh, good
No,
God.
not
He's so big.
Not him again. Come
Oh.
on, Pinky Bread.
Guy.
This guy. He.
I like his nose mustache. That's my favorite part.
It's the best. He's kind of the
Is it a
best.
It's not actually.
Is it a
not
mustache
actually
or is it nose hairs?
I
Who
assume
knows?
it's both.
Who knows?
It's like it's coming in through like the bridge of the nose, like it's technically nose hair, but
Who
also
knows?
developed
As
like
far
the
Eastern
mustache.
fashion, this is just what they do there.
Mm.
So, you see this guy, who is obviously Rhodean in origin. You can tell by the fashion. And he just has a giant sack of various trade goods, collectibles. You catch whiff of a foul odor as you come close. He gives you a uneven smile with bad-looking teeth.
He nasty.
Well, you look like the captain of this fine vessel.
I suppose.
Look in need of citrus. Perhaps surgery.
Nah. When you're down in the sands, the smell doesn't get to you that much. That's what they always say.
How bad is he? Like,
It's mostly when he breathes, not so much from his body.
okay.
Oh, I thought it was
So-
coming from the bag.
So we just don't talk to him.
Yeah, it's like really mega bad halitosis.
Oh, okay.
He got the
I was gonna say, if it's-
gingivitis.
If it was from the bag, I'd be like, that's either really good or really bad cheese.
Nope. No
Hard to tell.
perishables on a month-long ride.
Anything we should know about in the bag? Like,
Oh, I know what you're thinking. But trust me, I'm an honest merchant and I sleep well every night. In fact, you can even look through my bag if you so wish.
I'll take care of that.
Guess.
Oh, God.
Yep, there we go. That's not gonna end badly.
Naomi just hands it
Don't
back.
get lost.
Seems everything is in order. My bag is very light.
we should confiscate this stuff.
I think so. You know, why do they need access to it? It could just be stored in the ship's hold. He doesn't need to hang on to it.
You want me to have my wares in the holds?
It's not like you're gonna sell it to us while we're on the boat for the next month.
He looks perturbed by this, but then nods agreeably. Alright, well, anything for the first boat to Crescent in 100 years.
That's right. First boat to Crescent. Famous vessel by the famous pirate Smiley. Did I say pirate?
Nope, captain. Captain of the vessel.
Right.
Yeah.
Just captain.
The big guy gives you a really hard clap on the back, Smiley. Ha ha ha. I think you and I are gonna get along.
Now, Captain, if you don't mind, I will take these down to the hold, and I make to grab this fellow's belongings.
He allows this to happen.
Ugh.
I I like to imagine it's bigger than Naomi, so all you just see is tiny little feet at the bottom of it. It's just a bag with feet now. Skittering away.
I put it in my room.
Incredible.
So layout of the boat. You don't got private rooms.
Oh no.
You got sleeping quarters. They're
Well,
cots.
Surely there's somewhere to put all this stuff that he can't look at.
There are the captain's quarters.
Fine, I guess I'll put them there.
So this guy watches his bag go and stares at it. Naomi, it really feels like there's a bunch of rocks in there.
I'm sure there are.
Okay.
It's very. I'll look through it just to make sure.
So you see a
I mean,
whole...
after I've taken it into the captain's quarters, of course.
You bring the bag into the captain's quarters and open it up, and you see a whole bunch of containers of what looks like brown-colored rocks.
I am immediately going to use message to contact Ral and ask him to come to the captain's quarters to look at these weird rocks in jars.
This man just bring aboard just
Yeah,
drugs.
Who brings aboard a bunch of rocks in jars? That's weird.
Ral just kind of looks quizzic. I will return.
Oh, that's right.
Let me know if Jaco shows up.
Next.
We have business. And I will
Next.
hurry off.
Okay, so while you're heading towards the captain's quarters, the next passenger sidles up. It is a human male, dressed in 8 color robes, bearing the 8-crested star of the Drangleth religion. Unlike the merchant, he only has a humble sack of his belongings, and he is carrying a Bible.
Name.
I love Border Guard Korgath. This is great.
It's Jonathan Reyes, sir.
Business going east.
I would like to enlighten the fine folk of Crescient as to the Drangleth religion.
Got anything bad in that bag?
Just my effects, my reading material, just some cleaning supplies. I live a very humble life.
Go ahead. You know Contigo?
No, I'm afraid not.
Next.
Right. The missionary hurries on board. And
Imagine, while this is all going on, I'm wearing sunglasses, a straw hat, and a sleeveless Hawaiian flower shirt.
I was gonna say, like, you just got the sunglasses.
even
You have
though
a little bit of like sunscreen on your nose.
Yeah, a little bit of the white sunscreen on my nose, big straw hat.
so the you're starting to catch a chill in the air though, as it is very late September, about to become October, and things are starting to cool down. But you know, don't let that bother you.
We're from the north.
That's true.
Hardy.
And let's see.
I mean, in IRL, my air conditioner's set on 63 right now, so I'm okay.
Same.
Oh, jeez.
So
This first mate shit's pretty damn easy, I'm not gonna lie.
You're
all there
doing
is.
fine.
in the captain's quarters, Ral, you take a look at all the rocks, and that's just unrefined iron ore he's got in there.
I'll just hold the jar up. It's nothing terribly special that I can divine.
Well, why would he keep them in like their own little containers?
Raoul will crack a container open.
I hold my nose.
So,
Oh, I thought a bird came out. I was gonna say,
No.
oh.
No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. Hey,
It was a figurine of wondrous power all along.
No, I'm just
Jesus.
getting things ready for the
Holy
next
shit,
thing
this
here.
man is a slave trader.
Because you guys
Keeps
gave me
people
an
in
idea.
jars.
So,
Damn it.
yeah, you open the jar and you sift through it, and you don't see anything other than the iron ore. Go ahead and roll history.
Who?
First roll of the new
Um,
campaign.
Yeah, Ral and Leah. Leah with
Pretty
Naomi with advantage, I would say, actually here.
Oh, jeez. I'll just roll again
Mm-hmm.
for the hell of it.
Nailed it.
Well, you can't think of why, but for whatever reason, the trader seems really interested in bringing iron into Crescent.
I look at Ral. I look at a
Maybe
piece
he
of
thinks
iron.
it's rare.
I pocket the iron.
All of it?
Ralph reseals the container and puts it back in the bag.
Well, I had to take something. It's for the principle of the thing.
Of course.
It's for science.
More bird people.
So back on the back at the gangplank,
Tired of bird people.
You see-
Papers.
you see two Aarakocra walk up and kind of stop and stare as they see Korgath in his outfit, and also Captain Smiley. And Contigo face palms almost. Oh, no. Really?
Oh, hey, Contigo.
Hello.
You coming along?
I had intended to with Paige here.
Come on.
Welcome aboard. Your call.
Is that the name of your ship?
It is. I named it myself.
Your call or last call?
Your call.
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll have that. Talk about that at the next staff meeting.
Well, that's your call.
It's my. I get to name the boat.
No, it's your call.
I love this bit.
Just a confused
is
look on my
there-
face, like I get to call. It's what? I don't. Go ahead, get on the boat.
Contigo.
Is there a chair or anything in the captain's quarters?
Sure.
Like a movable chair?
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I'll take the chair out onto the deck next to Korgath and sit in it.
Is that my chair?
No.
So
Oh.
as you're dragging the chair down the gangplank, you pass by Contigo and Paige. Contigo makes a lot of effort not to make eye contact with you, Naomi.
That's good.
Raul
Throw
will
your
give
plate.
him a little half nod as he passes.
Oh, right! It just dawned on me the last time we had interaction.
Yeah, you had a spirit out.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the boat again?
Your call.
It's your call.
I mean, I'll have to think about it. I'll let you know though.
No, it's your call.
I'm thinking about it. Calm down.
No, it's on the side of the boat.
Well, when I figure it out, we'll put it on there.
Oh.
Z from the crow's nest. Wait, the ship is called on the side of the boat?
What?
So,
No, I didn't pick that. It's my call what the name of the boat is.
it's so big.
No call?
While you all are arguing about that, Naomi, you see
Doing this Abbott and Costello bit.
Yeah, basically.
you see a interesting sight. Naomi, you recognize this woman. This is the merchant elf that you banished.
Okay.
She walks up and looks kind of shaky, and looks at you. Looks like she can't quite believe what she's seeing, and then looks at the captain desperately. Is this going to Crescent?
Papers.
Yeah, it is.
And
I say to her in Crescent, it's the only ship that will.
she looks as nervous as a person can possibly be.
Is she
Name.
still wearing that kitsune tail on her person?
You notice the kitsune tail is no longer there.
I guess we learned our lesson then.
Are you okay?
I think I've seen somebody here before, but don't worry about it.
I get that a lot. What's your business?
I just would like to get back to Crescent as fast as possible.
Oh, you've been there.
I'm from there.
Oh. Is it nice?
It's my home.
That didn't answer my question.
It's very nice. There's been some unfortunate issues recently, but they have actually been completely resolved.
What kind of unfortunate issues?
Well, I suppose the knowledge wouldn't be widespread by now, but we're no longer an empire. We are ruled by the shogunates. They have taken power about 2 months ago.
Peacefully?
Well,
I doubt it.
not so much, but you should have seen what Emperor Asuka was like. The Asuka dynasty is why the country was closed for so long, and in my opinion, we were stagnating.
Is it gonna be safe?
It will be very safe now that the shogunate's in charge. All the fighting has stopped.
Well, for a little while, probably.
Well,
Do you have anything important to bring on the boat?
just my personal effects.
She's a merchant.
I came
And
over here to...
You know what we do with merchants' wares on the boat, right?
What? I mean, I'm learning as I go.
I have to put them in the captain's quarters.
She finally makes eye contact with you, Naomi, and she's like, well, I'm afraid I don't have any wares.
It's weird. A merchant with no wares. I think we'll have to check your things anyways.
Why are you doing my job?
Because you're doing it poorly.
No.
She just desperately holds out a travel sack for you to inspect. You see nothing other than just cleaning supplies and various survival things.
Well, at least we're gonna have a clean-ass boat. Go ahead.
She could not get up that gangplank faster.
She's
Ral
excited.
looks down as soon as she's out of earshot. Was that where you found all of that?
Naomi's just sitting on the chair, kicking her legs back and forth.
I'll take that as a yes.
I wonder if I could poison her toothpaste.
So, God!
Damn, Lulu!
I'm just gonna put it out there. Like we just kind of how do we keep overlooking this? It's like having a serial killer on board, just going, man, I can't wait to get everyone in the shower. And it's just like, ha ha ha, that's Naomi. And I wonder if I could just.
Maybe you're under my bewitching guile this entire time.
Sometimes it's nice to have the serial killer on your side.
Lulu trots up.
Papers.
It's Lulu. Go on the boat, Lulu.
Yes. Whee! And she runs up the gangplank. Immediately starts climbing on the rigging, where she probably shouldn't.
We're not liable if you hurt yourself.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
He pops his head out from the crow's nest. Hey, Lulu!
I can't wait till your dad.
I'm up
sees
here.
you
The
up
view
there.
was so great.
Speaking of which...
Next.
Oh god, he's coming, isn't he?
No,
Yeah.
maybe. We'll see.
No, he is. He said he was.
Well, he's got to have some proper papers.
He's gonna
You know
have some
what? I
proper
agree
papers.
completely. This one too. Papers, please.
Papers.
And-
For
We
both
have
of
to
you two.
resize all these. God.
No, I-
Because we do them in HD. You
I
know,
like them in
so-
HD.
I do. I know, and that's. It's just funny because every time you see them, they're just huge.
Name, papers, reason.
Hold on, I'm still putting people on. Jeez.
Oh God, is she coming too?
Of course she's... No, not Camellia.
No. Oh, Hushmouth.
Of course she is.
Oh, I know. I remember her.
Just gotta find her. put you. There you are.
I'll just move over in front of the gangplank instead of standing beside it.
I'll start noisily scooting my chair over with little hops.
It takes you a long time because you're not that strong.
Picks it up and moves her a foot over.
So these three saunter up. Radovan smiles. Good news. I found some other patrons for the boat, and they helped subsidize this little journey.
Who?
Name, please.
Are we not the first ones here? I
Nope.
guess not. Jacko, I told you not to get that extra bun.
Yeah, no, it was. Ooh, I can tell. It's a lot of carbs.
The gnome just wanders up and he's like, well, Jacko, birdsong? I don't know how this actually works.
You have to give me
Yeah,
all your things so that I can check them, please.
Can I keep my spellbook?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have you have the papers to board the ship? Did you get those?
Papers?
Yeah.
Wait, we helped fund this ship.
Well, do you have the papers that said you helped funded it? You have the receipt?
Radovan pulls out a piece of paper,
I
and
love that. I don't know that you paid for this, though.
Radovan pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to you, Korgath. And it is a receipt for a couple of sweet buns. That should set us straight.
Let me see that there.
Where are them damn buns at?
Well, I ate them, Jacko said.
How are you going to show me a receipt for sweet buns and not bring me a sweet bun?
I was going to, but I ate it.
Does Jocko have another sweet bun on him still, or has he already eaten all of them?
I bet he's smuggling sweet buns onto the ship.
Jacko is
gonna-
preemptively sweating, and like all three of his eyes are looking down into the corner. No, I don't have any more.
He's got sweet buns on him, Korgat.
I'm
I
going
have
to
a
check
nose
him
for
for
these
sweet
things.
buns.
You find a lunchbox.
What's in it?
Are there sweet buns in it?
You just pop it open, and you see all sorts of like sweet little buns.
There's so many sweet buns. Illicit sweet illegal Danish.
I'll take 2 of those. We're going to confiscate 2 of these because you lied.
I dumped the others in the water.
No,
Why would you do that?
No,
It's contraband.
no. We would eat them before we dumped them all in the damn water.
You would trust this guy with food?
I just eat both of them at the same time, and I was going to give you one.
I don't even want any, especially from
Yours is in the water. Get on the
hands
damn
of
boat.
dirty gnome like this one.
Oh,
Have all of my supplies been loaded onto the boat already?
you
Or
have
are they on their way?
The materials you asked for, yes. We had that set up, as well as Z's distillery. Jacko says, kind of casually hovering his hand over the water and making all the buns levitate up.
I
And then-
keep pushing them back down.
You're playing whack-a-mole.
Yep.
You notice Kaela is no longer on the dock.
that sneaky bitch. I just be like, hey, Jocko, look up in the crow's nest.
He is busy lifting up buns out of the water, but when you say that, he looks up, sees Z, and all the buns go back into the water, and he starts yelling, "Hey, no, that's too high!" And he starts running up the gangplank.
Oh, hey, Dad! And then, like, Lulu pops up next to him.
Oh, God.
You come up here, too. The view was great!
What were you 2 doing up there?
Looking at the view, watching the sunset.
That's what the kids call it these days.
Ah.
What are the kids... What, looking at the sunset? What did you used to call it?
I don't even think C knows what you're implying.
He does, and then that's what makes it so much better. Hey, you remember that gnome I broke in half?
I do. Sometimes I wake up and it's just like that was the last thing I remember.
Was that a good remember or a bad remember?
It's a pretty good dream.
So, once Jacko is on board, Radovan kind of points to this manifest that you have, Smiley. He says, that should be everybody, right?
Yes.
Good, we got the Crescent Merchant, we got the Fat Merchant, we have the 2 missionaries, we have the missionaries, aid. We've got ourselves. I think that's
Pardon,
everybody.
but he's on the manifest as a fat merchant.
Well, yes, I didn't want to ask his name. I didn't want him to talk.
You saw him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The price he paid to get on the boat? I wasn't going to ask too many questions.
I mean, is Raoul's name on there as growing tree guy?
No.
That would be rude.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a tree.
A tree guy.
You're a tree guy.
You're kind of a tree guy.
But we were tree guys.
We're not saying there's anything wrong with that. We're just stating it as a fact.
So let me think. I've still been thinking about the name of this ship here.
And Radovan walks on board and calls down to Smiley. You wouldn't believe it, but we saved a whole bunch on not having to get a crew. Well, with Jocko here. And turns to Jocko. And Jocko nods and concentrates on a spell for a bit. And then you see all sorts of ghostly hands standing at the ready at the rigging.
Oh, do they understand me?
I've programmed them to respond to any command that a captain could give.
Oh, I've got a good name.
High five?
The crew,
Nope,
the ghost
that's
crew,
not it.
the ghost crew hands all kind of find another hand and they high five.
Well, that's a start. Should we set sail? Is everyone here?
Seems so. Batten
Think we
down the
should call
hatches
it-
and all that.
The Liberator.
Oh, what about? Wait, what about the sand yaks?
They're on
Are
board.
we bringing? Are they on board?
Yes, you loaded the
I'm not leaving
Sandyax
my
into the hold.
Sandyak.
There is a animal holding area.
We're
We'll
on the
bring them up
boat.
top.
Titanic. There's a lot of
It's a
rooms
big
on
ship.
this boat. A lot of rooms on this boat.
Smiley already named the ship.
No, he said it was my call.
He said it was your call.
Yeah, exactly, mine.
And while the argument
No,
happens,
your call.
Yeah, we're gonna name it the Liberator.
Let's,
It already has a name.
Yeah.
set
I just named
sail!
set sail. And with that,
Arr.
the masts
No, that's
unfurl. And off the ship goes.
I hope they remember
Yeah,
to pull up the
probably.
anchor. What? I hope we pulled up the anchor.
On the gangplank. Oops.
As we hear our distinct.
Did you get the chair back before we left?
Oops.
Don't worry. Is he like dives overboard and gets the chair and
Turn
swims
it around!
back?
Turn it around! We're going
He
back.
got your chair back. He got your chair back. It's fine. It's good. I'm fast enough.
Actually, I'd like to think we never untied from the dock, so we never really moved far enough away to...
Now, the ghostly hands get to work unmooring the ship, raising the anchor, unfurling the masts. They kind of forget about the gangplank, though, and that does kind of just clank down into the ocean as you leave.
I'm sure they've got those in Crescent.
We'll find another one.
We'll just
I feel like I could have gotten that.
Z can be our gangplank.
Not what? No.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah,
He really can.
he's very pliable.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of what you need for a gangplank.
He's very
you can-
plankable, you know?
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh my God.
Plankable.
The DM already needs another drink. 1 second.
So,
Think of it this way. It'll be a good ab workout, Z.
did we hire a cook? Oh yeah, we brought Lulu. Lulu's our cook. Hell yeah.
And me, I cook.
Where's Zappy Boy?
I can also cook.
Specchio. That was his name. Specchio.
Ekio's studying. He's
He
a
got
student now.
zapped in the face.
Ekio's a learned man, or man who is learning. Learning man?
Student.
Yeah, that.
It concerns me how long you were at that college, and that's not the first word that comes to.
I might have done a little research on boats before we left. Z, do you have a bottle of liquor or beer or something? Glass bottle?
Yeah, why?
I need it.
Alright. You want the good stuff or the bad stuff?
It doesn't have to be the good stuff.
Alright. Z tosses you just a bottle. He runs down, goes into his distillery, comes back with a bottle of moonshine.
Oh, no, that's the good stuff.
Oh, okay, hold on. Runs back, comes back with some sort of piss-colored beer in a bottle.
There you go. We'll wait on the DM. Oh, I forgot to tell all these people which deck where they were supposed to poop on.
Which one is it?
Mr. Smiley?
Are
Captain?
you sure you did research on this?
I think it's the same deck as where the brewery is.
What? No! I don't want my brewery near any shit.
We have a brewery?
Yeah, apparently.
We don't
We
have a.
also
We don't,
have
we,
an
we,
alchemist's laboratory.
we don't have a loot hold. We don't have separate rooms. So we have an animal hold and 2 fucking alchemic stations on board. So
Okay, I'm gonna walk. I've got a bottle of cheap beer. I'm just gonna walk up and just break it on the front of the ship. We gotta christen the boat.
You go and christen the boat.
Your call. Fucking stupid name.
Yar.
So you're under voyage. You hear a clink as Korgath chucks a bottle of what was it?
Just cheap beer.
Just cheap beer.
Piss beer.
It clinks against the masthead, doesn't break, and kind of falls off into the ocean.
What? No, I want to roll for that.
Okay, go ahead and go roll athletics. Fine.
I kind of pray that you roll in that one.
Me too.
As I throw it, I go into a rage.
You're gonna rage to do this?
You damn right.
Fine.
Snake eyes time.
Yeah. Okay,
We're
so
getting that
Bad news. The figurehead is destroyed.
yes.
You have rightly fucked up the figurehead.
So you throw the beer bottle, and it doesn't break. It just kind of chunks into the wood of the masthead, and now there's just like a beer bottle sticking out of its head.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
It looks fine.
Yeah. Your
guess.
call.
Yar.
The figurehead can now get right slosh whenever they want.
Do we have to start saying that now? Now that we're on the boat, we have to say yard.
Yeah, of course. Eventually you'll be saying it all the time.
Yard.
Yar.
So
Yard.
let's see. Who is on deck tonight? Oh, let's throw the merchants out there. So you take the time to explore the boat, as the shores of Speria disappear beyond the horizon, and you are now in open water. People are filling the time. Right now, the 2 merchants are above decks, watching. Ral, you get a chance to head below deck to check out the alchemy station set up for you. It's pretty nice. There's a rather ingenious little vent system that pipes any fumes out the side of the hull. And it's reasonably well stocked. A lot of common materials, but you notice nothing that would be flammable.
Wondrous. I will set my 2 barrels of alchemist's fire.
Yes, perfect.
There
I
it
would have
is.
given him my blasting powder as well. Points since I don't need it.
Yar.
2 barrels of alchemist fire on one side, and the gunpowder locked away in a cabinet.
That sounds good to me.
Need to.
Space is kind of a precious real estate, so Z, your distillery is not next to Ral's, but opposite side of the hull from it, so you're kind of like working back to back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure I'll make my way to the gunpowder eventually, make some sort of horrific gunpowder beer. Maybe.
Touch my cabinets, and I might skin you.
He raises a finger and then just slowly curls it up again.
I should have brought some hobbies or activities.
You don't bring hobbies or activities. You just have them.
If I don't bring them, how am I gonna have them?
You know, it's probably best I don't argue.
What time of night is it?
The sun just set beyond the horizon.
I will take my bag and my shamisen, and I will go sit up by the ship's wheel, and I'll dangle off the banister there, and I'll just start playing a really ominous and creepy sounding tune. While I play, I'll have little foxfires kind of sprue up and turn into little figures and dance around on the banister with me.
Is anybody else above decks right now?
Oh yeah, I'm bored as hell. I'm sitting up there.
Okay.
I'm below
not-
decks
I mean,
grinding my
I'm
bullet bones and such.
I'm probably just enjoying the air right now. I don't got much to actually brew. Most of that's done. It's just kind of sitting there waiting. But you know,
Why is it down there then?
inspiration. Well, you want to do it? You want me to do it on the deck?
No, I just mean why are we not having this? I mean, we need something to drink.
Oh,
Hey,
I mean,
there's
hold on.
rum.
Well, I had some, but you maybe put it below decks, the fat ass says.
What's your name, big guy?
I have one, trust me.
Is it your call?
I do.
They call me Tip C.
Yeah, I don't want anything that you've got to drink. Woo!
Fair enough.
I mean, it's
More from me.
probably too early for. We'll bring out the grog, because it's. I mean, all the rum, Captain. Aye, Captain. What do you want me to bring up? The grog or the rum?
The rum.
All right. First
Yar.
night, Z goes down below deck and pulls out one of his rum barrels and brings it up deck.
I mean, we can make more. We've got a brewery, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, rum takes time to ferment and actually get going. So
Well, that's why we didn't waste the moonshine.
good point.
The elven merchant watches Naomi's display for a while, visibly shudders, and kind of walks up to you, Smiley, out of earshot of you, Naomi, and kind of talks in a hushed voice.
I'll steer the boat, Captain.
No, thanks. Yes.
Yar.
What can you tell me about her?
She's, spiteful. And short, and, she can be nice. She saved my life once.
Huh. It's just a weird superstition thing, I guess. When I got here in Crescent, I made my way to Bavol, because people told me that's where most of the lucrative trade was.
Yeah.
But a woman who, I swear, looked just like her showed up. And we were having a conversation. And then the last thing I remember is ears and fangs. And then I just simply wasn't there.
Like, you had ears and fangs?
No.
No.
She did.
Oh. Right.
And I don't know. This is just sort of a silly superstitious thing.
Well, she does sometimes.
Really?
You bean spiller.
Wait, doesn't everybody?
Well, I mean,
Nice recovery.
I have these. You know, she opens her bamboo mouth to show you the usual sharp teeth, and she's got
she's bamboo. Yeah, I see that now that I'm looking at her.
Oh yeah. Eastern elves have a very bamboo type look. She kind of shakes her head. No, this was something else.
Like more fangs? Less fangs?
Like fox fangs. Like a actual, honest-to-God kitsune.
What's a kitsune?
Well, supposedly mythical race of creatures. Highly revered in Crescent.
Oh.
She, the woman I was talking to noticed the fake tail I carried. Just a symbol of good luck. And, just when she noticed that, things went really south. When I woke back up, or came back, or whatever it was that happened to me, all of my wares were gone.
Nope, that doesn't sound like her.
I
Um,
thought not.
Smiley's a good guy.
She...
is, how would I know a kitsune if I saw a kitsune?
Well, fox-like features, ears, and more than one tail.
Like two tails?
Or 3, or 4, or 5, or more, depending on how many good deeds they had performed, as the stories go.
Oh. I'll keep an eye out for one of those.
I'm just being superstitious, I think.
Well, it can't hurt. We're on the ocean, you know. Luck of the sea and all that.
Right.
Would you like some rum?
I would love some, actually.
Where is it?
Yarg!
So he's just standing behind you, like rum barrel under his arm. I've been here.
Oh, right. There it is.
I got it, and then you just started having a conversation, and it would be really rude for me to interrupt.
Hey, bring that wine up here, or rum, whatever.
Is it the wine or the rum you want? Because we got both, but I mean...
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I got everything. I was very bored at the university. Very bored.
What about what was it called? Dab punch? Spear punch. You got any of that spear punch?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I got that. Hold on.
Oh. Yeah, let her have some. Let her try the spear punch.
Alright, hold on. God. Oh, my shitting.
That's some good
Gotta
stuff.
As
Gotta burn through my goddamn
Z
brew.
entered, a puff of bone dust floats his way. Ral turns around. Did you bring any blood wine, perhaps?
Yes, I have everything.
Wonderful.
Like fucking liquor.
I cannot understand. Yeah, I cannot understate this enough. I have everything. Every conceivable booze on this continent is available at my fingertips.
Spear punch it is
I
tonight.
was just asking.
Call back to the
sorry.
old school.
Korgath keeps like switching what he wants. First he wants the rum, then he wants the wine, now he wants spirit punch.
Spirit.
I'm gonna get up there, he's gonna be like, actually, I'll take the firebrand. And I'm like, ugh. As he shuffles around his barrels. Where the fuck did I put that spirit punch? Spirit punch, spirit punch. Nope.
Is
Nope,
Korgath doing anything important?
Pardon?
Manning the wheel, I think. I'm not here, but...
Right.
Yeah, I was steering the ship.
I sure hope someone is doing. What was that?
Would you like to be mischievous?
I enjoy the occasional prank.
Ral gives a thing.
Why?
Well, I have something that I think might work.
All ears. And Z sprouts another pair of ears.
So while the conspiracy is happening beneath decks, at this point, Fatty has invited himself up for drinks. And the tune coming from Naomi Shamishin changes to something sounding a little bit more ritualistic. At this point, the bamboo-skinned elf is shifting around, noticeably uncomfortable, and shooting many, many glances over at Naomi.
Can't you play something a little more upbeat? Jesus.
She's just maintaining, like, a smile and eye contact with this woman at all times. She just hasn't stopped staring at her.
Do you know her?
Are you serious?
No,
right now?
I'm just... is he next to me, or, like, are we just, like, talking again? Is he actually steering the boat, or was that just a Korgath?
Well, I mean, Smiley was not steering the boat. Somebody needed to be steering the boat, so I decided to go steer the boat. Oh, I don't trust that shit.
It's just Lulu. Lulu's steering the boat on a little milk crate.
Her ass better be.
She's got it.
Cooking dinner.
I'd tell Korgath that, nah, she's just a racist, and I like fucking with her, and this is funny to me, so...
As you say that, you sense a admonishing hand coming your way, and dodge out of the way of Kyela backhanding you, Naomi.
Backhanding me?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dodge?
Whoa, ho,
You
whoa,
dodge
ho,
it.
whoa, ho, 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 ho.
You know what?
Roll initiative.
Yeah, here we go.
Straight up. I guess this is how tonight's rolling. Camilla needs to go ahead and...
Oh, bye. We're just going to drive around in circles for a minute.
Yeah, really. I hope she's got a legendary or something.
She looks like she lets that happen.
Okay.
And she disappears out of existence for about 2 seconds, and then... There we go. Reappears on your other side with another backhand, and that one connects. There's no damage.
Ooh.
No damage roll or anything.
I'm not even connecting. I'm just gonna use my little class ability to Misty step up into the crow's nest. Hi.
Yep.
Whoever's up there.
She.
It's also
looks up.
Z. He is many places.
She
Hi,
doesn't look.
Z.
She doesn't look too interested in
I know.
pursuing you, but without moving her mouth, you hear her voice in your mind. That trick won't work on everybody. There are going to be those that know how to navigate the plains. Regardless, you need to stop. We're going to be here for a month.
At her. Straight up. At
It
her.
lands on her face, and she just kind of lets it drip.
What'd you do on her?
I just spit at her.
Aw.
And she's standing
Yarr.
there with spit kind of trailing off of her nose. That same dispassionate look on her face. She shakes her
Big
head.
green hand walks over with the little. You just see a big green hand with the paper towel. Wait. There you go.
She shoots
I hear
another-
that's good luck.
She glances at you, Korgath, and then glances back up at Naomi. Her mouth kind of twitches a bit. It's the most emotion you've ever seen out of her. And you mentally hear again, Naomi. It would be best not to create more issues, but you will be
Try to
you.
catch me again, and we will fight to the death.
Oh. Fair enough.
I don't want to fight on a boat.
It's not so bad. You get used to it.
So everyone else just sees Camilla and Naomi angrily staring at each other.
Yes, this is just like mental catfighting going on right now.
Can somebody else steer the boat for a while? I'm getting bored.
And
Z walks up and
Z walks up holding a bunch of booze.
Z walks up. Hey guys, let's go. Oh, just shuffles back down.
No, go,
It's
Damn it.
The shamisen music has, at the very least, stopped for now. Kyela shoots a look at you, Z, and a look at you, Korgath. and says quietly, "Both of you, your training begins tomorrow. Report to me above decks, 7 o'clock in the morning."
Yeah.
Does it mean
I'm the
that?
first mate. I give the orders around here.
"Indeed you do," she says, dripping with sarcasm.
Don't
And
forget it.
then she leaves to wherever
Is this-
Kyella goes.
Is the Shamus still there?
Don't you touch it.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna pick it
shamisen
up.
is sitting on the ground.
I'm gonna pick it
Oh,
up, try to,
poof, poof. I'm on Korgat's shoulders.
I'm gonna try to play a little tune on it. I don't care if she's sitting on my shoulders.
I'll teach you if you actually want to know.
I just want to try it.
Don't pluck the strings. You just glide your hands on them.
Okay.
The atmosphere is kind of tense, but Fatty actually pipes up. "Well, always good to get to know the people you're sailing with on the first night, I say. What do you think? We ought to tell our best stories. Over a drink, of course."
Easy, Tipsy.
I do want to know about this spear punch you've been going on about.
Well, the little
Nice.
red guy keeps running back downstairs. That was my...
See, it's just behind Korgath. Shit, look, she was really scary, and, you know, that was really tense.
You just jumped off of a really tall building a month or so ago. And she scared you?
Yeah,
Boy, we got some learning to do.
cause she wants to teach me things. I don't want to
No.
be taught.
How was my Shamus performance? I rolled a 14. Was it decent?
You are at disadvantage with that thing.
Oh, but she was helping me.
I was helping him.
Okay. You pluck the strings and you get something that kind of sounds tonal. It's tonal at least, you know, it's in the pentatonic scale, so it doesn't sound too terrible, but
It sounds Crescentant just because of tuning of the instrument.
yeah.
Damn.
No one could tell the difference
It
except
sounds-
for me.
Yep. Sounds exotic enough.
Hey, this thing's pretty neat, and I'll just give it to Naomi. They make them in my size?
They do actually, but I think you might actually like playing drums more.
Yeah, because you get to hit them. I might break those, though. Might get a little carried away and rage drum, and it probably wouldn't end well for them.
Maybe a gong. You might like those.
Ooh, I could hit it with a big hammer.
That's kind of the whole point. You wait for the right moment, and then you just go gong.
Alright.
Anyway, here's your spirit punch.
Spear. Did you bring the spirit? I clearly said spear, like a spear you stab people with. Spear punch.
You remember, Brewmist. You think that was his name. Teaching you how to make this, and he took a vat of just the worst punch you'd ever seen that had been sitting out for what looked like days, and just filled it up with vodka. It's the spear punch. You see, you get the punch flavor in there, but then the spear. Ha!
Here you go, Tipsy. I'll pour him a big old glass. Make sure you drink that near the edge of the boat.
I feel like I initially had like spirit punch and I got the spirit punch and now it's like, oh, the spear punch. Of course. Let me just get that rancid slop up right up for you first, mate.
Well, I mean, if you would listen every once in a while.
I listen exceptionally well. He points to his 4 ears and he goes back below deck.
2 of those aren't real.
And as he comes back,
They
function holds out perfectly his fine. Vial.
Uh-oh.
3 drops in Korgath's drink.
Oh no. It's
Exit.
either a sedative or going to be a lot of fun.
Z will prepare the spear punch.
Is this just
Goes
a
and
cup?
finds some.
I hope it's just a couple
goes-
spears in it.
He will, in fact, find a spear and use it to stir the vodka into this.
Punch.
Yeah, like it's like sangria, but worse, really.
You hear a distinct voice in your head, Z. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You stir it with the spear, it gives it that extra flavor.
This is guidance beyond. What the hell?
This is brew mist.
This is chapter 0 stuff.
Oh god.
Calling it back.
Thank you, Professor Brewmist. Your lessons stay with me even to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man that rolled like 3 natural ones for health 3 levels in a row.
God.
I died.
See, fucking. I know. So the ghost of you keeps reminding me.
Raul was just standing there concerned. Are you okay?
Haunted by 8. No, I'm really not. Z brings up a giant glass bowl of spear punch.
Remember, 3 drops, cool gas drink.
You got it. Z will use his tail to bring a couple of tankards. And Z will go up to the top of the deck with it. I will actually put the drops into Korgath's mug first. There! Spirit punch! And Z will drag a quick he will ladle a bunch of it into Korgath's mug and hand it to him. First drinks.
You get some too?
Yeah. Z takes another mug. We'll also drink it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna pass up alcohol. Never.
Hey,
Yeah, everyone. Z will ladle out mugs for everyone. To a successful adventure. Hopefully. Maybe.
for
Yeah.
For killing William. Yay.
We're done celebrating that.
Nah.
You
Okay.
all sound like you have the best stories. Fatty pipes up.
Easy tipsy.
You all ought to go
I
first.
have one, and that's it. I mean, unless you want to talk about how I lived in the university for like 20 years.
Well, just whatever your best story is. That's how the game goes. I can go first if you like.
I'm just gonna slam my drink.
Okay.
Enjoy your drink slammed with the 3 fucking drops.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Feeling lucky.
What does happen? I wasn't actually told what it was.
Nothing right now.
So,
Don't we have to make saves for drinking this shit though?
This
Probably.
This particular concoction, no, actually.
Are you still manning
maybe
the
if we
wheel?
take it.
Yeah.
Great.
Drinking. Why can you not drink?
Yeah, it's just.
Nope, no problem.
If you can't, if you can't, I don't want to be on the ship anymore.
I'll quit and I'll let one of the hands take over. I'll be like, hands,
Ho-ham.
hand bolt, please.
A couple of ghostly hands.
Takes it for you.
A couple of ghostly hands flutter down and politely take the wheel.
Cool.
And Raul will walk up from below, wiping soot and bone meal from his face and hands.
Oh hey man.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Rowell, have some spear punch. Hands
Alright.
the flagon, tankard.
Fatty, motions over to Jocko. He says, "These guys aren't listening to me. I just want some good stories." Jocko kind of pinches his nose, says, "No. I think that they're hearing you. They're just ignoring you."
Hey Biggie Smalls over there.
Yes.
Old Captain here killed a T-Rex. Ask him about that.
A T-Rex? You?
Yeah. Yeah, Captain killed it.
My goodness, what I wouldn't give to sell one of those things. I would never have to work a day again.
Did
A
you
dead
sell
one?
one?
Well, no, I didn't trade in live things. They're very hard to transport, you see. Very lucrative, but finicky. But anyway, how did you kill one?
I stabbed it.
What a good story, he says, while downing his spear punch and helping himself to more.
Better be rolling con saves. This is strong stuff.
He,
After first drinks you find. After that,
he seems to
roll
be
to
doing
not
fine.
get poisoned.
It's just this poor fellow seems very starved for attention.
Oh, I feel kind of bad now.
So while the stories are being swapped, Naomi, you are wandering around below decks, invisible. You pass by Contigo, reading an excerpt from his book to Paige. Paige is listening along solemnly. You have a bit of trouble.
I can't see it, but I make a face.
Yes, you have a bit of trouble locating Kaela. Until you find her in the sleeping quarters. She is sitting on a cot and staring out one of the portholes with a very fixed look on her face. She's just sitting there.
I'll watch her for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
She do anything weird?
5 minutes pass, and you see her kind of rub her forehead, like where the bandana is, a few times, and she lets out a small sigh. You didn't see her bring anything on board, but she has a journal nearby, which she picks up and starts scribbling into.
Can I get a glimpse of what she's scribbling?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth roll for me.
Am I at advantage or no?
You are at advantage for invisibility. This is just going to be sound. Well, let's see if she fucks up. She does not. You are walking along, and you hit a loose board, unfortunately, which makes a creak. But she does.
I just do a little spring kick onto the bed and land next to her.
She looks around at the creek and lets out another sigh and says out loud, "Suppose you're wondering what I'm all about."
Are you a spirit or something like that?
Spirit? I wish I was. You don't have to hide. If you want to see my journal.
Oh, I wasn't. I just literally gave up. I just gave up. Jumped up on the bed with her.
She doesn't react hostilely. It's the sort of same dispassionate look she's always had. She even shows you her journal, which is written in a language that you wouldn't even begin to recognize. It's not even any alphabet that you notice. No, so no chance of knowing what it says. This is what I was writing. Very, very old language, she says, and closes the book.
Are you very old?
Quite.
How old?
She smiles. May not look it, but I am a venerable old 145 years old.
Oh, that's not too bad. I thought you were gonna say like 3,000 or something.
Only those blessed with dragon blood can claim to
Right.
live so long.
Yeah, only those. Definitely them. What's wrong with your head?
It always itches. She pulls back her bandana and shows you. You've seen this kind of construct before in another person, but it was very refined and hidden. She just looks like she has a gash in her forehead. A bunch of scar tissue.
Oh boy.
Well,
Oh goodness, you're one of them.
indeed, one of them. But from one forgotten creature to another, I trust that information won't get too far.
No. But you should probably go talk to Rowlerin up there. He would be interested in knowing more. And to be honest, after recent events, I think it would be a good pick-me-up for him.
Likely.
I mean, have you ever been lost and needed something?
Most of my life.
Then you know exactly how he feels.
Roll inside for me, Naomi.
Oh boy. Stop.
She's hiding a lot.
Well, obviously, I just don't care. I mean, I kind of have this little oath going. I think that's what they call it over here, where I'm probably going to tell him anyway. So,
Fair enough.
you should do it on your own. Maybe make it a little more genuine. I don't know.
Then that is what I shall do.
So how'd you get back here so fast?
I have my ways.
You should tell me, and I promise I won't do anything like, I don't know, disappear a passenger or something or ruin your boss's day.
I did like you the most out of all of them. Well,
I mean, I am the best.
I'm quite magical. Exceptionally so. Long distances, not much of a concern for me. As are most mundane spells. You'll notice your banish was not quite as effective.
No, not really.
Consider this a warning. There will be others like me who know how to traverse the plains and know how to simply walk back out from being banished.
It's just a parlor trick useful to get rid of annoying people. Clearly you're not an annoying person, you're an interesting one.
Huh.
I probably am going to kill the fat man.
You should not. The man, I've already checked him out. Loud, boisterous, annoying, smelly, but honest, believe it or not. Just wants to take high-quality iron to Crescent.
Why?
They don't have high-quality iron.
Well, what do they need it for? Don't they have their own special interests?
Of course they have their own special interests, but you can make people that want to buy your product, even if they don't know they want to buy it. But do you really want to talk the ethics of mercantilism with me?
No. I'm just wasting time while I check out the rest of the surroundings.
I am Kaela. I am 140 years old. came upon the Talons as a way of extending my skills in a positive manner. My skills being knowledge of most of the world's languages, skill with a blade, knowledge of the planes, and understanding of the arcane and the draconic.
You are quite the package. So where did you get the hole in your noggin?
That's been there for a very long time. I'm willing to talk a lot, but I'm not willing to talk about that.
Like at all, or just to me?
At all.
Well,
Truth
it's
be
really
told,
horrible, you know.
Before I went on this mission, I was trading up a very curious individual, name of Haneke. She stumbled across a few things. Things that you don't stumble across unless they're needed. Weaponry designed to fight dragons.
Ooh. Something divine, it sounds like.
Very much so. It's very rare to find an inanimate object that exudes its own magic energy. Much less one that guides itself, as these weapons did. But they did.
You know, it's the first time in a long time that I felt like I need to be very close to you at all times now.
Well, I'm vetted by Radovan and Jocko.
Oh, I don't care about them. Especially Jocko.
I'm aware.
Oh boy, you should just stay here. I mean, you weren't gonna go anywhere anyway. I'm gonna go get my friend. I'm not gonna let this be up to chance anymore. And we're gonna have a conversation.
Very well.
And with a little backwards roll, like I grab my ankles and flip myself backwards, I just flop off the edge of the bed.
Does Naomi wrap herself up with her tails as she rolls?
Well, I don't have tails at the moment, but normally, yes, I would.
But I imagine like it's only a illusionary change, so you do in fact grab your ankles, curl up into a ball, and just tails all around you as you roll away.
Yeah, roll backwards. This is exactly Scamper like 2 steps at a time up the stairs. Go grab Ral. Rather uncharacteristically excited.
So back above deck, the merchant finishes his story, and then he hit it inside of the Sandyak's ass. Can you believe that? Inside of the ass.
In the ass?
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's fucking hilarious. By the way, Z's nose is just gone. He just has no nose anymore.
Ral has a vial of something, and he's just holding the. I can't even think of a word. He's just holding the opening in his nose.
I'm still drinking. Just drinking.
Oh yeah. You are starting to feel like mega fucking sleepy, my dude.
Oh man, it's so early.
No, you like this is roll perception.
Perception?
I guess this would be more insight. So yeah, roll insight.
I perceive that you are drunk as shit.
As I think for a moment, wait, did I just poison Korgath? Uh-oh. Ral is the bad guy all along.
The last thing you think about before you fall asleep, Korgath, is I shouldn't be this drunk. And then you are asleep. Like heavy asleep.
Wow.
Duly noted. I remember who brought me the booze.
Oh man, this isn't a funny prank at all.
And right as Korgath's head hits the table, Ral, you see Naomi just pop up.
Hello.
You
Ral
need to go for it.
sets down his journal and pen as he finishes writing. 1 hour, large orc.
You're experimenting on your fighting party.
Z kind of goes over to Korgath. Mr. Korgath? Mr. Korgath? Mr. Korgath?
This is not enough.
Folks.
This is not enough to wake you up, Korgath.
He's taking a wonderful nap. He'll enjoy it.
I should be hiding up in the crow's nest right now, shouldn't I?
I do believe he can climb. But you have 8 hours.
Well, if anyone needs me, I will be on the underside of the ship like a barnacle. And Z walks over the side of the ship and just clings to it and underwater, just attached.
He's like a starfish.
Yeah. Z underwater, this is where I live now. This is where I live for the whole trip.
So what is it you needed?
You need to come with me. Now.
You're unusually enthusiastic.
I think I might have found you some help. And I've changed my mind about our agreement for the better. Well, for your better, I guess.
Ral raises an eyebrow, picks up his things, and stands up.
And before you can really say anything else, she's already scampering back down below deck.
And Ral will follow.
You follow Naomi below decks, and you see Kyla, sitting on a cot with her legs crossed.
This is some kind of intervention.
Nope, just take a seat. Take a seat with her. I point at Kyle and I just say, you don't do anything. And give me a moment. And I don't really actually care if they do start having a conversation, but I'm going to start busying myself with some, what looks to be making sure no one else is around, and then starting up some good old-fashioned ritualistic magic.
Oh boy.
I'll have a seat on the cot across from.
Kyla
Oh man.
narrows her eyes. You know, of course, I must comment on your decision to, drug the barbarian. Why?
It was necessary.
Research, right?
Little bit of research, little bit of testing the distillation of dream herb.
He's gonna be pissed.
But for the most part, I think a good 8 hours of extremely deep sleep might do him some good.
Oh, he's not going to be happy, but you're used to dealing with that. I imagine our mutual friend wanted you to talk to me about, this. She, pulls up the headband, shows you that terrible gash in her forehead with all the scar tissue, and lowers it back down.
Ral tries to get the best look he can at it before she replaces the.
You see that it's really messed up looking, and there's a whole bunch of scar tissue. It's almost like she's got a permanent open wound up there.
Did something terrible happen?
No, something wonderful happened, and then something terrible happened. As most stories go. I suppose, since we have this moment, I should tell you that the reason I've been brought along in this mission is for you specifically, Relorian Zarbosa.
Oh?
Yes. The things that were done to you. Very modern, very advanced. Sculpting you, working with your body, making all kinds of modifications, whether they worked or didn't. It didn't matter to those in charge. And now, here you are, a walking vessel.
That's not the first time I've heard that. What does it mean exactly?
She looks like she's debating on how much to tell you.
Because not only have you said it, I've heard it somewhere. And then my father, Ralph says, making quotes with his fingers, told me the same.
She nods solemnly. Well, it would seem that there are those walking on the surface of Terria that have not forgotten the dragon's promise.
That being?
They will always walk among us.
So you know too of my father's little organization, or
I do,
cult, or group.
and that is who I am hunting down.
Then may I ask, are they the reason you have that?
She shakes her head. No. This, she taps her headband. I did this.
Why?
She looks to Naomi, who is currently busying herself, finding a bunch of fake plants and arranging them into a circle. She glances at Naomi, glances at you, makes sure nobody else can hear, and then leans in. Long ago, I loved a dragon.
High-pitched violin sounds as Naomi squeals heresy.
The words she spoke, everything she said, it was magic to me. Enchanting, almost. I made a pact with her that I would keep dragons alive on Terria. And then they left. All of them.
Any reason why? Or was there none given?
There was none given.
And then these stone. Ral points to a random pouch on Naomi's belt.
Oh, she
Oh
doesn't
wait,
have.
that's correct.
Yeah,
You
they're
don't
being
have them.
held by the frog.
I got the fuck rid of those things. Get out of here.
Those stones are the only thing that they left behind. And by now you've worked out that they contain the dragons themselves. Nag had it
They
figured out.
contain something, alright.
Nag had it figured out. That's why he went ahead and placed one within himself.
So then you seem to have the exact opposite viewpoint of our mutual friend. You were in love with one of these dragons.
I was.
Then what is your opinion? And whether or not, given the chance, I should place one of these stones in my own? And Raoul opens the orifice in his forehead.
Ah.
She looks at the orifice and gives a small smirk. If you do, you would be sharing yourself with one of them.
Sharing my thoughts.
Yes.
It would be interesting.
I tried to do the same. Desperate bid to get her back. But it did not work. Naomi, you finish your summoning ritual, and out pops Kiatong.
But he's in his chibi form.
Of course he is, and also, you can't see whatever it is Naomi is currently looking at, Ral.
Oh no.
Yes,
Can,
my
can
child.
I sense the magic?
You can sense, some serious hooju going on. This is like some deep arcane stuff, something that isn't well understood.
Raoul raises an eyebrow and looks at Naomi.
I'd give a little wave and a bow and explain in Crescent mainly that I had given the Toad Sage the 3 stones that I had collected.
Yes, he's a good candidate to hang on to them. He does owe you a favor or two.
Or 3 or 4. Who's counting? Not me. But I did find these 2. One of them wanted to speak with you very badly, and I was kind of sort of getting what I wanted out of him before doing that. If doing it at all, not saying that I was going to just let him say hi. But they have this really tremendous ability where someone, like, you know, what if they could put, say, the eggs inside themselves, like the snake had before he died, and they could talk to the dragons inside.
That is indeed how they were supposed to work, from my understanding.
Well, I have 2 of them now. What do I do with them? I really feel like maybe you should actually talk to them.
I cannot. You know how this magic works. Only with you.
I mean, but if we go, I am humbly requesting that they receive an audience with you.
If you bring them to the island, I shall have audience with them.
What should I do in the meantime?
You should make sure worldly affairs are tended to. You are headed to Prescient, yes?
Yes, and the other two would see Naomi visibly slack her head backwards and sigh really loudly.
You are headed to Crescent, and from my other scouts, I have learned that there has just been some kind of coup takeover by the Shogunate.
Humans and their politics. These ones here blew up their whole city just trying to get at each other.
Yes, they have a tendency to do that. However, they are important, and their affairs are important.
Well, I can't help but notice that I've been doing a lot of work, one might say exponentially more so than my compatriots, and I am ever dutiful. And maybe, just maybe, if you saw it so fit, I deserve a boon of some sort.
When you arrive back at the island, I shall grant you another tale.
Huh. Well,
At
that's
some
pretty
point
cool, I guess.
before this all fades, Raul's going to try and do the same thing he did with the dragon eggs. He's going to extend it, try and get a feel for this energy.
So you extend out, and you are willfully blocked by whatever magic is going on. Roll Arcana.
You ever seen Homestar Runner? You know the part where you fight against a giant strong bad and you blow up his head and he says your head explode?
15.
You cannot overcome this magic, but you do come to understand a bit of it. This is very, very ancient arcane magic. This would not be something that you could learn at a university. It's wild in its form, but it seems to have its own purpose, its own life, and it does not want you to understand what's happening here.
Very interesting.
Kiaton.
Well, I mean, should I go with them instead of the others, or should I don't know. It seems like they're just trouble waiting to happen. I think we should kill them and throw their bodies in a ditch somewhere.
Kiaton lets out a long sigh. No. Not only is that incorrect, it is also counterproductive. When you arrive in Crescent, you will have worldly affairs to attend to, and you shall need the help of anybody you can get.
Naomi is visibly pouting.
I do have business that needs tending to, and it is best if I show you. When you get to Crescent, tend to worldly affairs. Make sure you do so amicably, but make your way north of Lake Ono, and then sail from there with the wax from the Reijian Mountains. That is how you shall get through the mist this time and return to the island.
Okay. Amicably. Like how amicably?
Kiaton sighs again. Do not bring down the ire of the humans. That's all.
But I am your will made manifest. She does a little bow. Or yeah, this still asleep.
I know.
I just kind of accept my fate and begin to unravel the spell.
Remember, we may not like them, but we are out to save them.
Right. Right.
And Keaton disappears.
Naomi just turns around and mockingly looks at Raoul and goes, "Tend to worldly affairs."
Truth be told, though, Raoul, you didn't hear any of Keaton's side of that conversation. You just heard Naomi speaking in Crescient.
Naomi just
Do
looks
you
insane.
always ominously talk to yourself in the midst of plan?
I mean, the way this works is there was a god right there, as far as you would call him, and you will be happy to know that he would like to have an audience with the both of you.
Kayla,
I mean, with me guiding you, of course.
Kayla smiles. Yes, I had figured one of the old ones would want to get involved.
Don't act like you're so high and mighty and know everything.
I know a lot.
Yeah, you know how to put a giant hole in your own freaking head.
A mistake to which I am still paying with for today.
Good. Well, that's it. I'm sure you two have a lot to talk about, being, head hole sharing weirdos. You'll know where to find me, and I promise that I will be behaved for the rest of the trip. Within reason. And then she runs up the stairs.
Kayla stares at Naomi as she goes. Then breathes a long sigh and regards you, Raoul.
I suppose there isn't much you could tell me.
No.
Or rather, want to share.
The second one, more than the first.
I will respect that. To be honest, I don't know if I would want to talk about my own if I could remember it all.
The difference between us, yours was first forced, and mine was willing. I'm here to learn more about the dragon eggs. I'm here to keep an eye on you specifically, Raoul. And I am here because I have 140 years of training with a blade.
So, are you watching me of your own accord, or who sent?
I'm allied with the Talons and the University. It's a decent enough cover for the services I provide.
Well, I hope our purposes are aligned, I suppose.
I hope so too. She gives you a long and mysterious look.
And Raoul will raise his wine glass as if to before walking away.
And she does not respond to the toast, instead choosing to look forlornly out the porthole once more. Alright. So back above decks, Korgath's head hit the table. So what happened after that?
I've never seen this before.
So internally, Z says, "Uh-oh," and crouches down next to Korgath. Mr. Korgath, slap, slap. Mr. Korgath, slap. Like a gentle, like slap with like 2 fingers. Medicine check, maybe.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Let's leave this up to the dice. What will my medicine check tell me?
He's dead.
Absolutely. Oh! We got. Oh. It's my medical opinion that he's just had a bit too much to drink. It happens. It gets you get the better of us. Did I? Maybe I should put him to bed, and he'll get better. He'll wake up. He'll definitely get better. He definitely is not dead.
You think he's dead?
No, he's just he's he's not. That's that's crazy. Why would he be dead? No, he's Korgath. He's just had a. He is slowly but surely dragging Korgath. He's just had a bit too much. He's fine. He's fine. It's just I went a bit too hard in the spear punch. You know how spear punch can be. I'll put him to bed.
Right.
Hi, Captain! And he's just immediately, like, hefting Korgath up and just running.
Fatty leans into you, Smiley. He looks big, but he can't hold his liquor. Am I right?
Oh, that smells terrible. Yeah, apparently, like I said, I've never seen that before.
Well,
Do I run Z on my way back?
Did anyone else drink the spear punch?
So the merchant elf took a few sips and decided it wasn't for her. But Fatty here has been pounding him back, and he's been fine.
Huh. That's weird. Well, I hope you're enjoying your stay on your call.
Yes, it is most gracious, the elf says. And then Fatty pats your back. Yeah, this is the best boat I've been on. Stumbles his way below decks, as does everybody else.
Smiley'll take over the wheel from the ghost hands.
Chaco.
What time did I find?
It's been about like 20 minutes now.
Yeah, but what time of evening was it? Was it like 8 o'clock or was it like what time?
9.
Good. I want to know what time I'm gonna be awake.
Zeke.
About 5
I assume Z
a.m.
meets. Oh God. Does he cross Rao's path eventually? Like, I think I would have actually seeked out Rao at this point.
Yes, you find Ral making his way back up from below decks.
Rao! Mr. Rao!
Yes.
What exactly did you give me to put into Mr. Korgath's drink?
Ral smiles. You poisoned him.
These eyes just shrink. No. You said we were doing a prank. You said, and I quote, "Want to do a funny prank on Korgath," and I was like, and then you just stopped saying anything, and then I was like, all right, and then I got the spirit punch, and then you were like, here,
first attempt at sarcasm.
Oh.
You gave him a sleeping potion. He'll wake up
Okay.
at about 5 in the morning.
Okay. So I've got Z thinks for a second. I got like 8 hours to enjoy life before he wakes up and totally murders me. Maybe? No, maybe it's fine. Maybe he'll just think he just knocked a few too many back. You know, it's Spirit Punch. You know,
He
it's
had
a
one.
strong drink. Oh. I thought he was knocking them back. And Z recalls, oh no, he only did have one. Oh no. Well, Mr. Rao, it's been a pleasure knowing with you. I'm going to start swimming back to the shoreline. Let my dad know that I love him. And tell him that, you know, it's a beautiful world out there. I'll be fine. I'll have my health. And really, I'll have everything. Like, every body part attached. I'm gonna go put him to bed. And then contemplate being murdered in the morning. Wait, you don't have an antidote, do you? You have an antidote, right? Because if you make a poison, you gotta have an antidote, right?
It's not a poison. It's a sleeping potion. He will wake up in 8 hours.
Oh, Mr. Korgath.
Try taking some very strong ammonia and pressing it into his nostril. However, I cannot be sure of the side effects.
I'm gonna put Mr. Korgath to bed. Maybe if I tuck him in real nice and make him really comfy, he'll just think he had a really nice night's sleep, and then he won't, you know, want to separate me from my body. Well, good night, Mr. Rao. I'm gonna go do that. So we'll take Korgath to Korgath's cot, and we'll take extra special care to tuck him in nicely and make him as comfortable as like physically possible. Like he gets the good pillows. Z will in fact give up his pillow for Korgath, and just as comfortable as can
does
be.
Does he have a stuffed animal near his cot?
Yeah, probably. He probably gives.
Ral hands
Probably.
him a stuffed animal to put under Korgath's arm.
Bye, Mr. Huggy. It was nice knowing you.
Oh god.
He will give him his plushie. Gives him the nice, fresh blankets. Yeah, that looks comfy. That looks good. I'm sure this is fine. I'm sure this is fine. I'm sleeping in the crow's nest tonight. And he will walk up, back on deck. Arms on his hips, and will just straight up walk up vertically up the mast.
All right. Is anybody else doing?
Doesn't change.
Is anybody else doing anything? Night 1 of 30.
Dreaming of
Yikes.
sweet revenge at 5 a.m. in the morning. Justice.
I am in the crow's nest, curled up in a tiny ball, contemplating my morality. I can't die. Maybe, I mean, I've never died before, so maybe I'm just immortal. Maybe he can't kill me. Maybe he'll get tired before he, like, succeeds. Yeah. And he falls asleep to those thoughts.
Ral stays up incredibly too late, and then goes to sleep.
All right.
It's time to wake up for 5 a.m. though.
So 5 a.m. comes. Korgath, you blearily wake up.
Oh no.
The damn hell! I'm gonna make my way to the kitchen. I'll find some pots and pans.
You grab some pots and pans, and Lulu's like, "Hey, I was using those."
I'll give them back in a minute, and I'm just gonna fucking start banging those things. Everybody wake up! On the deck, now!
Ral is just following behind Korgath, taking...
Where's the sound of shattered glass as these eyes snap open?
And it is not long at all. Before wakened by the pots and pans,
Up and at 'em! Up and at 'em!
everybody is here.
Some of them
Everybody-
twice.
Some of them twice, yes. So, everybody blearily wakes up and, to the sound of pots and pans banging together.
Captain,
Yar.
it appears we have some mutineers on deck.
Mutineers.
Yar.
That's as bad as piracy.
Yar. Wait, what? Huh?
But aren't you, or weren't you? a pirate?
Who? Never mind that. Who's mutineering?
I don't know. I drank one drink last night and I felt I was done. I don't know. Something's spooky afoot. Where's
Well?
the red one?
The sweating bullets up in the crow's nest, being very, very quiet.
Jocko, where's your son?
He sighs, closes all of his eyes, reaches into nothingness, and pulls Z out by the tail.
Oh, fuck! Oh! Good morning, Mr. Good morning, first mate, Mr. Korgath, sir. How you? You look good. You look like you are very well rested, sir.
You look nervous.
No, I was just having a good sleep. You know, I thought I'd have a sleep in the crow's nest, sir. Yarr. And then the next thing I know, I'm pulled through a small hole in reality by my dad. Thanks, Dad.
Captain Smiley,
Arr.
is it typical punishment for mutineers to walk in the plank?
That's one of them.
But we don't have one of those, do we?
Jekko pipes
Hey.
up helpfully. No, you left it behind.
Thanks,
Do we have firing squad? We didn't bring any of those either, did we?
No.
I mean, we did.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I totally stole some AR on in this boat, so...
I just want to
Now,
like
Mr. Court.
walk up real close to Mr. Z. I'm just gonna lean down. I'm gonna whisper in his ear.
My neck just retracts. It is just gone. Like a turtle, it just...
I don't know what you did. I don't know why you did it. But I'll get even. And just walk away. Because I think the fear of you knowing things are coming, just that's there, you're just worried about it more.
It
Wow.
just slowly becomes a puddle. Just loses all cohesion and just stares up at the early dawn light.
I think
Sunrise.
Camilla, and that was that her name? Camilla? Yeah, that's
Kyella.
her name. Kyella. I'm sorry, Camilla's somebody else. I don't like her. I think as a first mate, my first order of this second day at sea will be double lessons for our friend Z here today.
And as you say that, you catch a backhand on the cheek. As do you, Z.
Ooh.
I'm just a puddle. I guess she has to slap the ground,
She
really.
slaps the puddle and kind of like pulls you up.
She like wants to backhand me. It's just like It's
And-
not really.
She stares at the both of you, and
I didn't do anything.
she just has that same dispassionate stare, and she's like, "I don't care about that. It's time for your lesson."
You heard her, Z. I don't do anything without a full stomach.
The reforms. At least let me go cook breakfast for the crew
Nope.
and
Oh,
passengers.
No.
Take these back to Lulu. They're just all beat
Oh.
up, banged up, dented up pots and pans.
Lulu takes them and
Wrecked.
she sighs. Ugh.
Lily, do you need help fixing those?
No, I don't need any more help right now. Breakfast is ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
After you, Z.
Uh,
Z will.
Bitch slaps
Z
me
meekly
again. I'm
goes.
on her arms.
So, we're heading to a new place where you don't speak the language. I'm here to teach you the language.
Just the two of us?
Just you two. That's my job.
We can make it if we try.
I'm aware.
Just the two of us.
And so Kyella launches into her lesson in the Crescent language.
Wait a minute. Smiley knows how to speak Crescent?
No, he does not. But he does not
Whoa.
need this kind of teaching, she backhands you.
Girl, if you like your hands, you best stop doing that.
She just gives you that same dispassionate stare.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to take many more of them before something bad happens.
I invite it.
It might not be to you, it might be to other people on the ship.
Fine,
Please do not.
as long as you learn to speak it.
No, I'm not talking. Yeah, I know how to. I got a language I'm real proficient at.
Profanity does not count as a language.
Oh, I was talking about just cutting people in half.
It's true. He's done it a lot. He's very
Sometimes I
fluent.
just break them in half with my hands. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
If you would like me to teach this lesson with my sword, we can do it that way.
Was
One way
that
or
an
another,
option?
in one way or another, you are not stepping off this boat without speaking at least enough Crescent to get by.
I don't think you can stop me, but let's get going.
And the lesson begins. It involves, her methods involve a lot of backhanding.
I never even said I was going to be a bad student.
But still, every time you get a syllable wrong,
Hey,
it's
you're
like
you're just assuming that you're the bad student. Z is just getting whacked upside the head.
Z is
Hold on.
catching
on.
it like 4 times the amount Korgath is.
Kyle, I'll make you a deal.
Yes.
I will try 10 times harder if I can be the one that backhands Z when he messes up.
Agreed.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. Z's cheeks are already like swollen to the size of his fists. Yo, hold on. I'm sorry, we're on here.
My eyes just kind of flash red real quick. With a grin.
And so, whenever Z messes up a syllable, Korgath, you get to backhand him.
Oh
And
god.
for
Well,
2 hours
plus
every morning during the trip, this happens.
During this first lesson,
I feel like I
pulled
deserve bludgeoning
Pinako
resistance.
aside to the other side of the ship. I hope you don't mind. It's a little bit of payback for all the materials that went missing from my room and from my lab on campus.
Damn it.
He set you up, homie. You got set up. What you put in my drink?
To that end, Radovan approaches you, Ral, and just kind of politely hands you a book that details the Crescent language and gives you a nice little pat on the back. I trust you know what to do with that.
I will have it learned within the week.
Very good.
How long are these lessons? Like, how many hours of my day am I spent learning?
You are going to spend 2 hours every morning learning how to
Oh,
speak
that's
Crescent.
not that bad. That's 2 hours of slapping Z. I can handle that.
Yep.
Yeah, I do want it stated that Z tries, but his face is kind of getting really swollen now and is making it really hard to see. Can I have bludgeoning resistance back? Can I just have that back as a result of getting beat every morning for a month?
No.
I want that as my skill training resistance bludgeoning.
We could have a little skill training if you want.
This is your skill training. You're learning to speak a language in a month, which is amazing. Actually, it's like phenomenal.
You are. I think you're overestimating Z's ability to like learn a language.
Oh, if you're hidden enough, you'll learn it.
No. 8 bludgeoning. Ah! Korgan, I think you just hit me with a rock. It was one social experiment, Mr. Gorgap.
It was just a prank, bro.
Yarr!
And then Jocko approaches you, Smiley, and gives a polite smile. With your familiarity with various peoples on boats and such, I trust this shouldn't be too hard. You will have to learn to speak the language, though.
Right. How?
Oh, well, we start with simple words and phrases, then we move on to how to conjugate verbs, and from there it sort of becomes natural.
Fighting with me.
And your lessons are far less hitty than the other two's.
You know what?
I'm fine getting hit now that I get to hit somebody else.
You know what? After a week, I want to start trying using deflect missiles to deflect the punches and continue studying. So I spend less time getting hit, more time actually working.
So the
It's
lessons
like
the lessons kind of morph into like little sparring matches every time Z gets a syllable wrong.
yeah, but it's like punch, slap away, continue working, punch, slap, punch, slap. It's like watching someone like doing a martial arts fight, but looking down and like trying to like learn characters too.
I mean, does that not hit?
It does. I'll just reduce the damage to nothing, I guess, maybe.
Well,
That is kind of how it would work. Don't don't root this too much in 5e, like the system.
Yeah.
This is just like
oh god.
yeah.
Beating you with my javelin now.
You're not even throwing it, you just beat me over the head. Mr. Korgav, come on!
Meanwhile, Jocko is just politely teaching Smiley the language, and Ral seems to just look at a book and like seem satisfied. Meanwhile, you during these lessons, you're seeing Naomi
Just like waddling around the ship, putting cups and dishes up in random places.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, Naomi is doing Naomi stuff since she already speaks fluent Crescent.
Raoul will occasionally attempt to hold a full conversation with her and Cressy.
She would oblige that. She would at least accept that he's making a good attempt to help him out. In her own special way, you know. Making fun of him and correcting him when he's really wrong. Or teaching him improper things. Slang. Mainly racial epithets.
This is the only thing I need to learn how to say.
So, by about day 15 of our little voyage overseas here, the DM needs to pee. One sec.
Tell me who you work for!
My dad? Maybe? Why are you beating me? It's not even lesson time!
Your dad poisoned me!
No! No one poisoned you. It was a sleeping potion, apparently.
From...
It wasn't poison.
From...
See squints. I ain't no snitch.
Oh, we'll break you.
I don't think you can.
No,
I can just remove my bones.
I would
You're
like to
doing it
try
the-
to break Z.
You're doing the entire thing wrong. You have to say, I was hoping you'd say that.
I was hoping you'd say that.
There you go. Cause fear. Come on.
Naomi, don't help him!
Pull out my great axe and start sharpening it with a whetstone.
Get the Firefly reference in there. Man, I didn't even get to cut on you a little bit.
Do you bleed?
Alright.
Yeah, profusely, actually. It's really gross. It's all orange, like marmalade.
Well,
What?
let's find out.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, let's find... What do you mean, let's find out?
I'm trying to figure out who poisoned me. And he's not
He's just,
snitching, so I'm
he's
getting
just
rough
beating...
with him.
He's just beating me outside of the lessons now. Consider this part of your education, son.
Boy, We're gonna toughen you up, boy.
God.
I'm already pretty tough.
You're not ready.
I'm ready for what? I went through a civil war. Dad!
And Shaco shrugs his shoulders and says, Kaela has the best language teaching lesson plan for you I could have imagined.
I ain't learned shit. It's been a week.
I'm gonna slap him.
You say that.
Both hands. Boom.
You say that and realize it comes out in very perfect Crescent.
Oh no.
Blinks.
Nani?
I almost
Nani?
kind of want Z to like not be learning anything though. That's the thing. Like he's trying, but it's not sticking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, kind of TBH.
All right.
Again, you have to understand he's been in the midst of like stopping himself from getting. Oh god, you actually great axed me.
No.
Well, 24 hits.
No.
I see that attack.
Don't worry, it's just a great axe. It's not like it's like Pursuer's great sword.
That's right. I can't
Well-
discharge on you.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, out of context.
Shit's a gi-
Lines. It's not like I can discharge on you, quote unquote. Corgat
Okay,
19.
Z deflect missile on the great axe and go.
I'm gonna walk
Zoidberg
over
sounds.
to Jocko.
Yeah,
And
hello.
immediately next to Jack, and immediately in between.
Oh, we're just gonna see if you can talk Crescent.
Jacko welcomes
I-
you in fluent Crescent, and
Not you, your son.
Ah.
Welcome me in Crescent. Z.
Well,
Don't you do it.
probably.
You know the Adam, or what is it, the fucking janitor
We
face?
could
from-
just leave this up to an int roll on Z's part.
Oh my god.
I mean, if you wanna, I'll try it.
I didn't really
I'm happy.
want to do that. I kind of want everybody to be able to interact in this
I'm
campaign.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna help Z
That's-
learn. I got an idea.
that's fair.
But yeah, Z is really struggling, like, learning this. It's been
I'm gonna
15
smack
days.
Jocko on the head.
Ah! He starts crying.
Now when you don't learn, I'm gonna smack him instead of you.
Oh.
Does a 19 hit you, Korgath?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Alright, roll a con save. Stunning strike.
Oh, here we go.
Boy.
Oh no.
And you are stunned. And Z will
Tommy lights
push
the
you
boat
over.
on fire and runs away.
Oh god. Oh god. Upon seeing this, Kaela interjects herself in between Korgath and Z.
Oh, she's gonna do the anime Angeal thing. She's gonna cut you both.
God
She-
damn it.
She doesn't catch the punch. She lets Korgath take the hit, but immediately after the hit, she steps between you guys and gives you both a glower.
JoJo's
No further.
pop her head.
This goes no further.
Mr. Korgath, you can hit me all you want. You can beat on me from sunrise to sunset. But you do not hit my father.
How long am I stunned?
1 round, 6 seconds.
I'll smack him again. Learn
Oh,
Spirian
boy.
then. Learn Crescent then.
I
I'm
hate
actually gonna
everything.
try and take the punch for Jacko.
Who were you
I
trying
don't know
to
what
hit,
I'd roll for
Korgath?
that.
I'm just I'm not hitting him hard. I'm just tapping him.
I know.
Enough to make Z think I'm hitting him hard.
Dexterity. Let's go with acrobatics for this. Sure.
You-
Z.
You accidentally kill Jack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You definitely catch Korgath's punch there, or tap.
That's my reaction. I'll just grapple.
My god.
And again, Kaela forces
I'll
herself.
grapple both of them. Fuck it. Let's roll.
Okay.
Wait, who are you trying to grapple?
Both
You
of
try-
you. I do
you
have
try-
advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, go for
Are you
it.
trying to grapple me or Kaela? Or
Both
like
of you.
Jacko?
Fuck it.
Uh,
Everybody.
Kaela counters your grapple.
Grapple.
As does Z.
Oh my
Go
goodness.
pick that up. You can hold him protectively.
Kyella frowns.
Morgath?
This is not the intent of the lesson. If Z cannot learn the language, then so be it. You guys will simply have to interpret for him. He will be as a child,
Not
unable to,
interpreting shit.
unable to communicate for himself.
You know what I've been trying, right? I've been literally trying, getting smacked upside down the head 2 hours a day for a week.
Maybe
Dad,
we need
when was the
4
last
hours.
time I've ever held my attention for more than a day with studying?
And Jacko nervously kind of rubs his fingers together. He has been trying really hard, Kyella. Maybe you should be easier on him.
Well, maybe it's the fact that he doesn't care about getting punched. Or slapped, or punished. Maybe he'd try harder if something more valuable to him was at risk of getting slapped. Kyella. I'm not saying I've got to do it, but
She simply lowers her gaze. And, jeez. One sec, DM needs to think.
gotta find the right motivation for people.
Rum works fairly well.
Take all of these booze away. Cry at the heavens. No!
When Captain Smiley says that, you see Kyella smile for the first time. And she says, "That is an excellent idea, Captain. Z will no longer have access to any of the alcohol
Ooh,
until he starts learning Crescient at an acceptable rate."
ooh. Nani. Yar. I'll guard the
Dad?
alcohol.
Jacko
On it.
keeps
Ral walks up. I'll put it all in my cabinets.
That's alright, I'll take care of it. All you gotta do is tell me who it was, Z, as I walk away.
As Korgath is walking away, I'm gonna look long. Give Ral a long look. And then carry Jacko away somewhere safe where he won't get beat up.
Before Z moves away. 3 gallon. 2 Bunsen burn. 14 beakers.
What are you going on about? Is that stuff you need? Like, I can't get that. I'm not a quartermaster. I don't know where shit is on this ship.
Jacko seems to understand exactly what you're talking about, Raoul, and then shoots Z one of the angriest looks that you've ever seen from the little gnome.
What's that look for? What is with everyone today?
Was it really you
Scales!
taking lab equipment?
What? He squints and looks at Raoul. Looks back at Dad. Back at Raoul. I mean, when I was like 6? When I was like 5?
But you told me you didn't know.
Dad! I was 6. Of course I was nicking shit.
No,
I was hiding it everywhere.
that's not what everybody does at 6.
Really? Because Naomi's been hiding cups all week.
She's been blowing them up. You see Naomi just riding on a giant wolf shooting plates that she's arranged off the side of the ship.
And he's just like gesturing. Huh? No one bats an eye at that. But a 6-year-old takes a couple of Bunsen burners and uses them to make a little castle is so weird.
I'd like to think you just see Korgoth packing kegs of alcohol from downstairs upstairs to the captain's quarters during all this.
Jacko announces
Korgath's
loudly.
bed is just
From now on, Z's language lessons will be with me personally, alone, 4 hours every morning, and nobody will give him a hard time about it.
Hey, Jocko.
Yes?
We're even for sending me back to Bavol now.
I am sorry about that. Come on, Z. Jacko kind of drags you back down below decks.
I'm
He's
just
still
sniffing
carrying
him.
Jacko. He's just allows him to fucking
act like he carries, like, dragging Z, just act.
yeah.
Wonder which one of these is the good stuff, Captain Smiley.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Let's crack
And,
them open.
There.
So Z was kind of like when he was confronting Korgath, he was way more composed and kind of inflated almost. And now he's just it's like watching a balloon deflate. He's very meek now as he like leads or is led by his father away for extra studies.
Did Naomi
And we just kind of
break all
saddles
the
up,
glasses?
and there's first off, yes, there is just a big white wolf that came out of nowhere, and she just kind of looks at the everyone fighting, and then she looks at the kegs, and she eldritch blasts them off the side of the ship into the ocean.
Whoa! I would like to try to grab one.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not very good at that. Oh, well, I don't know why I rolled it.
You do manage
The
to
17.
grab just one.
God, I hope this is the good stuff. Why did you do that for?
Naomi
why
shoots
not
an eldritch
even-
blast at Korgat.
Yeah, that hits. That meets
Oh,
my
you-
armor class.
You go flying off the ship with the keg.
Oh God. Oh
Um,
God.
Alright, that's bad. I should fix that. Oh boy.
Yeah. So Korgath's gonna get an athletics save here at least to keep from going over the edge. So roll
A nice
athletics,
deck
Korgath.
save.
I'm gonna rage.
And a rage doesn't help with a deck save.
He said athletics. He said
Oh,
athletics.
Yeah.
Fair.
And you do manage to grab a hold of the side of the ship and pull yourself back up before you get tossed off.
Whew.
Naomi gives him a thumbs up. Man, you're really good at that. I'm glad that we could train each other to be such great combatants, right, friend?
Oh, we're training, huh? I'll pull out a javelin.
I go invisible.
As you pull out the javelin and Naomi goes invisible.
Kayla, don't you dare slap me!
Goes invisible. No, Kayla doesn't slap you. Instead, Contigo and Paige suddenly run to the side of the deck
Oh no.
and look
We
overboard.
didn't even make it a week.
What's that? They call out.
A bunch of barrels of alcohol, probably.
They're pointing down at something that's
Oh no.
below the surface of the water.
It's Mermaid's memory, no!
I knew old fat ass was here for a reason. Are
Can
they
we
on
look?
the same side of the boat I was on?
Different side of the boat.
I'll walk over and look.
I will too.
So everybody kind of gathers around the edge,
Ral looks out a porthole. What is all the racket up there?
including Fatty. Fatty also goes up to the side and looks over. And what you see is a group of what looks to be humans, but with fish-like tails. Mermaids. They're just kind of
Get me out of here.
swimming alongside the boat.
Gonna take the booze and
More
have a
and-
mermaid party.
More and more of them start to show up and
The
swim
hell?
alongside the boat.
That's a lot of mermaids.
Big
Are
Fatty
they good or bad?
lets out a raucous laughter. Raucous laughter. It's mermaids! Ha! Well, these must be the mermaids of the Aachen. I've heard stories about them.
God, your breath stinks.
They say there's a lady, beautiful singer, fell in love with a meager trader on a ship vessel. Her family didn't want her to have that romance, but she absconded with him anyway. They went to sail across the Auken to uncharted waters and find a nice place for their romance. But the ship ran aground, and it was mermaids that brought their ship under the water. The poor captain that she fell in love with, he died, drowned. But she survived. Except she tried to kill herself using a shard of purple glass that she found on the island. The story says, though, that wasn't any ordinary glass. That was part of a dragon crystal containing the soul of a dragon. It became lodged into her chest, and she became a mermaid herself. He laughs. She lorded over this little island for 100 years, luring in wayward sailors. That's where all the superstition about sailing this way comes. Ships would come too close, hear the mermaid's song, and find themselves heading inexorably towards the island, where she'd set up her own little reality for all of her new guests to play in. The story they don't tell you are the sailors who came this way and wound up in her little fantasy world she had created. Yes, they participated in her little game until they learned to fight against it. And then, they broke the crystal lodged in her chest, killing her instantly and ending her curse. And they say the mermaids left behind help guide sailors on their way, and that seeing them is a good omen. Smiley, you see the mermaids kind of subtly course correct the boat.
Oh. Yar. I'll follow them.
What's your arm mean?
You don't want to know.
Don't worry about that.
I'll try to.
As we just crash straight into a reef.
That's pirate speak for I want to fuck that
Is
mermaid.
is that Crescent for Yar? Rar?
Oh no.
Okay, got it.
Oh no.
Noted.
So, let me tell you how you speak Crescent. Hello? Hello, means?
Kaela has not been teaching me that.
I can't do chapter 2, guys. It's not worth it.
Everybody is a furry.
Yeah, that's not what Kaela's been teaching.
Kaela stares down at the mermaids with a sort of dispassionate look. Mumbles under her breath so that only a few people can hear it. Yeah, stupid shit we do when we're in love. She goes silent. As for the rest of the day, the mermaids travel alongside the vessel, helping guide it on its way to Rutan.
Woohoo, no lessons today.
Alright. So, day 29. Z, you have been getting personalized lessons from Jocko. How well is the language taking?
It's going better. I like to think that Z is still taking lessons with Kaela and Korgath, but then doing like nightly lessons with Jacko. It's pretty it's pretty much needed, but he is making some headway now. Basically he's spending 6 hours a day trying to learn this language. Again, I reiterate, Z is very, very, very stupid.
But Jocko knows this, and Jocko, as always, is patient as possible.
And the fact that Z hasn't given up yet. He's always attended on time. Used to take his lumps. Now he deflects them, and so he doesn't have to take healing potions after a lesson. After 2 hours of getting beat. I guess the beatings are coming in less now.
Yes.
As he's now he can do very basic stuff like hello, goodbye, how are you? My name is Z. Which way to the bathroom? I would like the chicken, please. Yeah, for me and my friends.
Meanwhile, he just keeps saying, "I would like the bathroom, please."
That was like for a solid 3 days before Naomi was so disgusted with his ineptitude, she corrected him, and you never forget once a kitsune corrects your behavior.
Just ask that poor merchant.
Yeah, but it's basically he's currently memorized phrases that you would get on a brochure, like this is how you say hello, this is how you say goodbye, this is how you ask how someone is doing. And hold very, very basic conversations.
Well, you won't be completely
How fluent
helpless
is
over
Raoul at this point?
You are comfortable speaking with the bamboo merchant and Naomi in their native languages, as are you, Korgath and Smiley.
I'm not really talking to many people right now.
Still been beating me every day trying to figure out who was my accomplice. At this point, it's just a matter of pride, if he stops, that means I win.
So,
duly noted.
Day 29.
We're arguing in Crescent.
You see Smiley. The ghostly hands come down and motion to you energetically. And they kind of make some weird symbols, but point off in the distance.
Land?
Land!
Land ho!
Land ho! You hear echoed around the ship. All the passengers, that aren't the player characters, because the player characters are the player characters, but all the other passengers come up to the deck and peer out with excitement. And indeed, off in the distance, you see land forming on the horizon.
Hopefully that's Crescent, and we'll dock there.
All right. Radovan has a little conversation with Contigo and Paige. Radovan says, "Would you be so kind as to fly ahead and let them know that we'll be there within a few hours?" Paige nods and takes flight and flies off the boat. Starts heading towards the land. Contigo follows him, not wanting to leave his study alone. And it is not long until you approach the docks of Rutin. So after several hours of seeing this city coming up on the horizon, you bring the boat in, and immediately you see a large amount of people just kind of gathering around the boat, helping moor it, helping anchor it, helping make sure everything is squared away. Radovan is talking with a dock worker in regards to payment. It looks like that is all being handled by the university. And The boat is docked. They call out for you. Hey, put down the gangplank in Crescent.
What's a gangplank?
How do you get off of your boats in Speria?
All the docks have those.
What? Go get the spare gangplank. Go. The dock worker yells.
They seem very angry here.
And after a bit of hustle and bustle, a gangplank gets attached to your ship. And waiting at the end of it, you see this guy. He's gonna be huge. Here it comes.
Oh
God,
no.
here we
He's gonna
go.
be giant.
A big old eyeball.
Giant. Yeah.
There we go.
Where'd Xin Zhao get here?
Yeah. Shut up.
Yasuo, where'd you come from?
So Yasuo comes up, and he gives you a deep bow. That Naomi, this is a lazy ass bow.
Yeah.
He's very he's very easygoing. And he says in a very relaxed tone, "Welcome to Routine. I am Machida Tanaka, and I am here to welcome the travelers from Crescent, Radovan Dotor, Jocko Birdsong, and their entourage. Would that be you guys?"
That's us.
Very well. My father has arranged for you to stay in the Imperial Palace in your time here in Routine.
Imperial Palace, pretty good.
The Imperial Palace. Wow.
Yes. He is, he wants to make a good impression, I think.
Who's your father again?
Oh, Hideki Tanaka. But, you'll see him before too long, I imagine. Tonight, there is a party planned in your honor. Your presence is highly requested, but seeing as it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, why don't we get you to your rooms? You've been at sea for a while.
30 days.
Give or take. Oh, I would like it as we rewind potentially time a little bit. Z would actually like to ask Naomi. Naomi, so I got to thinking on the ship. How would the people of Crescent react to a guy with really nice looking red skin, horns, black hair? Am I gonna stick out?
They're either going to worship
Probably
you,
as much as I do.
or they're going to be afraid of you, or they're going to try to turn you into medicine and food.
Got it. Don't. So that's 2 out of 3 chance of bad stuff happening.
Nah, I'm just kidding. They won't care. They're probably just gonna marvel at you because they have no clue what you are.
Okay.
Just don't go touching things unless you're specifically asked to.
Let's go. I'm ready to be off
okay.
the ship.
Alright, fast forward to back now again. And Z does not look like Z. He looks like a fair-skinned human with black hair and his yellow eyes. Think Dante from DMC Devil May Cry.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Oh no.
Dante, but with the age filter.
Kinda. He's somehow younger.
John Day.
So,
God.
Machida leads you through the town of Routine. And he says, "We'll just head to the Imperial Palace for now. You'll get a chance to look around this place proper while we wait for the festival tonight. But, seeing as we're passing by this stuff, That's the fish yard. That's the Temple of Shuki. It's pretty cool, I guess. There's Susano's dojo, if you want to punch things. That is my guy over there. Hello. Machida seems to become disinterested in you guys as he starts talking with a random citizen who
That's my guy.
who embraces him in a hug. Make a perception roll, everybody.
Got it.
Z, you see my guy slip something into Machida's pocket while they hug.
25. Do I see what it is?
It's a baggie of something.
Okay. Any colors? Or is it just
It's very
a baggie?
green. It's very green.
Got it. No wonder he's so relaxed. I'm glad that cannabis culture is worldwide.
So, you are walking through this unfamiliar land, and as you're walking with Machida, the people around you are kind of just like marveling. It's not a fearful reaction, it's not an angry reaction, it is one of pure awe. These people have never seen anything like you guys before, and truth be told, you've not seen anything like this before, except for you, Naomi, obviously, but you see humans, you see elves, orcs, gnomes, Aarakocra, all the usual fae that you would see back home, except they look different. The humans have a more brown skin tone. Their hair is universally black or gray. With the elves, you see their skin has a much more bamboo-like quality than a deciduous tree. Gnomes have their third eye shares the same slant as their other two eyes. Orcs, similarly, share the same skin color as their human counterparts, and you're seeing a lot more beards on orcs over here than you did back home. Speaking of beards, unless you've shaved, you're probably sporting one by now after a month at sea.
No, not really.
So Korgath is also quite bearded as he walks down and sees these marvels. You pass by a fisherman cutting up fish at a stall.
A giant carp, like just a big ass carp, the size of like Korgath. Yeah.
And you're picking up on, chatter in Crescient. Are those our guests? They look so handsome.
I've completely mistranslated it, and I say, "Are those our guests? They look fearsome." By the way, I'm going to pretend I'm hard of hearing for this entire adventure, or at least until I hit like level 13. So have fun with that.
So, Machida beckons you to stay with him even after he gets his little delivery. And you head into Tanaka Square, where the biggest building in town that you can see is. It's a tower that pokes up towards the skies. It's nicely kept, and you see some other human women kind of rush forward to greet you and lead you inside the palace.
Guys, this place is huge!
And colorful.
Yeah.
It is right
Must
this
have cost
way.
them a mint.
We have you on the very top floor. You shall each have your own sleeping rooms. So you walk in, and these are some serious-ass digs. It looks similar to what you're seeing on the screen right now. Many murals painted onto the walls. Colorful depictions of warriors and bards. All sorts of Crescient history captured in pictographs upon the walls. Machida and the women, however, lead you to the side and upstairs. and then you are introduced to your room. So what you see before you is a penthouse courtyard. Up here at the top of the palace, you see a Zen garden in the middle, with a small lake that bears several koi swimming around inside of it. There is a bonsai tree hanging over the lake, as well as, some bamboo and a shishiadoshi, just kind of making a tunk sound every so often as it fills with water. They
Whoa.
slide aside various paper walls, each containing a singular bed. 5 in total. Little sectioned off sleeping quarters for everybody in the party, with a shared common room, as well as a courtyard. Machida looks nervous. Is all this to your liking?
No.
No? What else do you require?
I'm going to need at least 13 more pillows. Goose down only, and only 13. Spread in a circle around my sleeping mat, please.
Very well. He motions to one of the girls, who immediately rushes off to fulfill the request.
If she
I'm gonna need at
it,
least.
If she sneezes on any of those pillows, tell her I will cut off her finger.
Absolutely.
If I could have like 3 more pillows, so I'm up to 4, I'd appreciate that.
Yes.
I like to have pillows.
You obtain very deep bows from the helper, and they all rush off to fulfill your request.
I could get used to it. Well, I mean, this is basically like living back at the university.
Oh no, you can just bully these guys all the time. They'll do whatever you say. They're too scared about looking bad. They won't say anything to you.
That seems kind of mean, though. I mean, they're still people.
Did I say they weren't?
Kind of implied it that you can just bully them like they're not.
Because you can. Z, do you know how many pillows I'm getting?
13.
14 in total, technically, yeah.
Exactly. And do you know how I'm going to sleep?
On
A bunch of
14
pillows?
Yeah, perfectly. It's going to be perfectly. After a month on a boat, perfectly.
It wasn't so bad. I mean,
You're made of like Jello. What did you
Jello.
sleep in? Like a bucket? Hang upside down?
no. I mean, mostly it was in the crow's nest because I like the moonlight. Also, it's kind of warm up there for some reason. It's really weird. I think like the air passes over the top and just kind of seals it off from like losing heat. Or maybe I'm just warm.
At this, Naomi walks over and presses a hand against him. Is he in fact warm?
He's pretty warm, yeah.
Huh. Noted.
Useful in the winter months.
So Lulu kind of sidles around and she smiles satisfied and plops down right in the courtyard. Machida looks concerned. I was told there was only 5. Do we need to get sleeping quarters for her?
Did you not know we had a literal princess with us?
She's a princess.
Yes. This is Princess Lulastra. She's literally some of the most extravagant royalty from the West. How did this get lost in translation?
Crap.
Oh my gosh. She is going to be so upset if she finds out you didn't have a special room just for her. She should probably just section off this entire wing of the palace just for her.
Lulu looks at Naomi and then looks at Machida and puts on a very mock pout. Machida raises his hands. Hey, look, this is probably my fault. I apologize and take all responsibility. I will make sure that her needs are tended to as well.
Naomi just deadpan stares at Z. Does the Dennis Reynolds face.
She's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, Lulu deserves it.
I mean, are you gonna deny Lulu is a princess?
No,
Lulu,
absolutely not. This is justified. Lulu needs good things.
Lulu nods and crosses her arms and gives a satisfied nod. This is acceptable. Machida sends the last of the aides out to help set up the requests for Lulu. Right. Well, go ahead and set your things down and get situated, I guess. Have a look around the city. And my dad really wants to speak with you guys at tonight's festival. So yeah, make sure you are there. Until then, I'm gonna go off. So bye.
Peace.
And with that, Machida pieces out, and you are left alone in this very extravagant penthouse apartment setup.
Oh, I'm gonna go dump my crap, and then I'm gonna run around the city. It's not really not hard. It's not hard to miss this place, right? It's like the tallest
It is.
buildings
it
in
is
the city.
The Imperial Palace.
Z thinks for a moment. I should probably ask if there's like places I shouldn't go, or like, you know.
If there's a place that has a lot of smoke coming out of the doors and windows, it probably has really good food.
You mean smoke or steam?
Could be both, but mostly smoke. That's the sign of a good walk. You'll enjoy it.
Go dump his crap. His very strangely limited amount of crap, actually.
You see Z run out, eager to explore the city.
Well, he's dead. Bye, Z.
Is everybody else going out too?
Win some.
Oh,
and lose
yeah.
some.
It's shopping
Yeah.
time.
What
It
was-
is time to hit the shop.
Yeah. So, did you? I'm
Literally
sorry.
all the-
We've been waiting. We have this gold. Like, you can't have it give adventurers gold and
Oh,
then
I know.
not give them the chance to spend it.
I made sure this was ready. So you find
Spent
Merchant
like
Square.
two games without spending anything.
So you find Merchant's Square. So let me just go ahead and share the shop link. And that's gonna go in the shop list channel.
Oh boy.
Right now. There you guys go.
Away. Yeah, let's go. Oh. God damn it. Damn boots of action. Of course.
Of course. So you wander into Tenzin's Curiosities Z, and you see a man dressed in all black with a sakat upon his head that hides his face, and he notices you eyeing those boots. Well, yes. I see you have a good eye for action economy, he says.
What do these do?
Well, if you click them together with your heels, you'll find yourself able to click them together again.
He thinks for a moment. So they're boots of clicking?
Well, no, they're boots of actions. They allow you to do a lot of things, such as click them together.
But then that just sounds like boots of clicking. Because if you can click them together and then they allow you to click them together again, can't you just keep clicking them over and over and over again?
Why, yes, that's why they're curious.
Fair enough. Yeah. What does the Oni mask look like?
Tenzin points out a very plain-looking Oni mask. It is red in coloration, has small little horns, and a vacant look upon its face. This mask has great and terrible fortune within it. Whosoever possesses this mask shall have great and also terrible fortune.
Huh. Does it kind of look like me?
If you were red and horned, and
Yeah, I mean not right now, obviously, but general. Just like a mint.
just seeing like 5 people looking at this spreadsheet. One sec here, see.
Okay.
It is a very standerific Oni mask that looks like that.
I assume like the horns aren't red, it's more like the white horns.
Yes.
Onis traditionally have more curly hair.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is as traditional an Oni mask as you can imagine.
Hmm. Huh. This is all very interesting, though. I'm gonna put it back for now. Yeah, Z will look around the store for a little bit. Nothing catches his eye. I don't know if anyone else wants to buy anything from the store. We get sending stones, but like cast message instead. Messaging stones.
Sending is better than message, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but sending message is a cantrip, so it'd be like you do it like at will, and actually it's like having a little Bluetooth monitor.
Yeah, no, magic items are not going to work.
I
like
know.
that.
I know. I just want to be able to do people and talk with them on sneaky missions.
And the sending stones are directly from the DMG. Don't look at me.
I know. I'm not complaining.
I see the
Yeah, I mean-
anti-Omi store in this list. That's all I see.
I hate all of this. They're all horrible. I buy the horseshoes of speed and attach them to myself, and then transform back into a humanoid. So now I have a speed of 80.
No.
No. No.
I would like
I
to
wish.
buy 40 vials of sucrose agent.
Okay. So you wander into Puke's alchemy shop, and you are greeted by a female Aarakocra, who has a scarf up to her beak. She has black feathers, and she greets you warmly. Welcome.
Oh,
I see you looking at sucrose agent.
yep. Gonna need a bunch of that. Thanks.
Very well.
I'm seriously only gonna get like 5.
Okay. She pulls down 5 vials of sucrose agent, and that'll be 150 gold, please.
I hand over the cash.
It is a pleasure doing business with you.
I hate her, and I walk out the store. I'll also start making my way over to Tenzin's Curiosities. I don't know if Z's still there.
Past Z as Z's walking away.
You pass by Z as he walks out of Tenzin's Curiosity.
Is he wearing this stupid mask?
Uh,
No.
Okay.
Mr. Smiley, the fire stick is indeed two-handed. One sec. We'll put that in there.
Ah.
I will be joining Mr. Smiley, and I'm assuming going to the smithy.
Alright, you head into Masamune's smithy. You are greeted by a young man with a shaved head. And he says, welcome to Masamune's smithy. How may I help you?
Well, you see, I've been
Clank!
traveling with my...
You hear
Odd.
hammering out back.
Andre's out back.
Pardon. I was looking to acquire some weaponry. I wouldn't say adept, but I am good at fighting with my hands, but I was wondering if you had anything that would help me.
Something that would go on your fists, like a katar or a jur, perhaps? Very exotic. I could have that specially crafted. Master Masamune
This
would
could
have
be
to
good.
come in here and take a look. But as to not bother him, you're walking through the smithy, and some of the metal equipment on shelves is shuddering a bit towards your hands. Ral.
Is that, Raoul lift a hand closer to one of the... Is that normal?
The smithy's apprentice widens his eyes and says, No, that's not normal. What is happening with you?
I don't know.
Master? You better get up front and look at this. We have some foreigners. The
Hey,
clanking,
foreigners, thank you.
the clanking outback stops, and this very grizzled old man walks in. Has a stern look upon his face. His arms are covered in burns. His face looks like it's been staring at a fire pit for years upon years. He lets out a heavy grunt and walks right up to you, Raoul, and just kind of takes your hands in his. Huh. You don't need my help, you are a weapon.
Raoul kind of raises an eyebrow. I had a sense of that, but
No. Look at your knuckles here. It's Titanite, pure Titanite.
my knuckles.
Yes. The things you use to punch people with.
Raoul is just sitting there inspecting his own hand.
Raul has never looked at his hand before. Oh, banana.
Raoul, you seem to remember something about one of your researchers talking about subdermal implants to your fighting areas. You suspect that that's what this is. The old smithy grunts. Huh. I don't think anything you could hold in your hand could be more dangerous than your hands themselves. If you're looking to do something special with this, well, maybe I can help you out with that. Or a halcum, perhaps. If I had a fresh Raijin ember, I could maybe do something else. A cat wanders by. He eats it.
What?
What?
From inside the stomach.
It's just a very fat cat.
No, there's just like a cat in the smithy, and it's just hanging out.
Hmm.
It's very odd, though. I've never had metal attracted like that.
Most of my tools here, they're magnetized. Not something you do back out west.
Interesting.
Despite his simple appearance, that statement betrays a very deep understanding of metallurgy and smithing. Well, like I said, if you want, I can maybe enhance these. Titanite, common enough, very strong, very pliable. Or a halcum, takes it to the next level. I have a bit on hand, but it's pricey, very hard to find. And if you find me a Raijin Ember, we can really get spicy with it.
That is tempting. I don't suppose you know much about biology.
Much about what now?
Biology.
Never really interested me how living things work. Just non-living things. Metal. Unyielding when it needs to be. Pliable when it needs to be. And fire.
Well, as long as I will have the use of my hand, I suppose it wouldn't be too much. Well, how many shards to enhance these?
If I used up 2 Orichalcum shards, I could improve the balance, or I could improve the hitting power. After that, with 6 more, I could do the other.
It would be nice to balance these things out.
Very well. So are you,
I'll mark off the 6,000 gold.
Yep. So, with a bit of doing, he fashions up little Orichalcum, caps that he places over your knuckles. And he stares at them for a sec and runs his rough, smithy hands over. And they kind of just sink in and become part of your knuckles. So you now have +2, +1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Alright, and that is -2 to his stock. Who else came in here?
I was gonna make my rounds there after the
I think Smiley and I are there.
curiosity place.
Okay, so you're all kind of bundled around looking at the wares. You notice a lot of,
I didn't get to buy anything at the curiosity.
You notice a lot of really strange looking weaponry on the walls. Something you haven't quite seen before. They seem to have triggers and are elongated, mixtures of metal and wood.
Yar. Yar.
Smiley, you recognize these as firearms.
Oh. Those can be useful. I've seen those make a mess of people.
Hmm.
They're good at that, Masamune says. That's all they have me making these days. Don't need any training, don't need any special skills. Point at the thing you want dead and pull the trigger. He scoffs.
Not a fan?
I get the sense that the only reason the shogunate took power is because of these things. And that's all they have me making now.
Lacks that personal feel. You gonna get you one, Mr. Smollett?
I'm thinking about it. I might grab a pistol.
There you go.
Why not? I'll treat myself. Smiley, buy a
When in
pistol.
Terria,
The Smithy's apprentice runs over to 5 different designs of pistol.
get the semi-automatic one.
They all function the same, but you can kind of come up with how it looks.
Oh,
Do you have to put anything in them, or is it just click and it happens?
No, it must be loaded with ammunition.
I mean, I don't know what a gun is. I'm asking Mr. Smiley.
Oh.
well, you put the black powder in there and the lead, and you shoot it at him.
Do you have any of the lead?
I'm sure they must sell it here.
Okay, it'd probably be good to buy some.
Arr.
You are now the proud owner of a pistol.
He'll buy 4 pieces of ammo for it.
Alrighty. And ammunition for said pistol.
Hmm.
Anything you wanted?
I mean, I don't see anything fancier than what I've already got with this super awesome axe. Not gonna
Add a gun to your axe.
not gonna pay to
Oh, a gun axe.
not gonna pay to upgrade it from a +1 all the way up.
Become what you must.
I mean, this is the
Axe
same
breaker.
stuff we got over on the and where we're from. Nothing fancy.
Yeah, you look around. You see that the swords look a bit weird. They're kind of curved. They look more for slashing. The axes look a bit different, but functionally, they all seem to function the same.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay to get it up to a +1. I'm good.
Oh, hey guys. You're all here.
Z wanders in.
Yeah.
Orgath?
Hmm.
Nonce. Got the stuff.
Man,
I realize I don't.
Go ahead.
Realize I don't really use weapons. fists, but I don't got no fancy stuff in them.
To be fair, I didn't know I had fancy stuff in my fists.
He's gonna check his fist for fancy stuff.
You find knuckle, and also bone, and Z stuff.
He looks at his hands. No, these. No, I'm imagining Z. No, I'm imagining Z getting his arms upgraded, and it's just under the end of it, like, be gentle. Bang.
Now, was there anything else?
I don't need anything.
Not for me. Nope.
Then
Not going to upgrade your new axe.
I mean, I don't want to be broke right away, so no.
The only way to live.
Good.
well, like I said, those embers, they only form where there's lots of primal fae and oni deep in the Raijin
Wait.
Mountains.
Embers? What?
I was telling your friends, I can work further on their weapons if you bring me a Raijin ember. They form in the Raijin Mountains, where there are many primal fae and oni.
Yours go out?
What?
Have you ever had one? Did yours go out?
Yes, mine went out.
Oh. How long did it last?
Oh, they last about 5 years each. Hard
Oh.
to get a hold of a new one, especially when I am stuck here making more and more firearms for the Shogunate.
So we find one where there's a bunch of primal fae, you say?
Yes.
Where would we find such a place?
Deep beneath the Raijin Mountains. Seek a cave
Alright.
and keep going down. They form
Alright,
in
lads, we
areas
gotta
where lots of arcane activity takes place.
Okay. Okay. Well, lads, we have our first side quest. Adds to the party journal.
Quest accepted. Boom, 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 boom.
Ral
The
has
Ember.
been writing notes about his fist this entire time.
Oh, hey there, Rap.
To the palace.
You're heading back to the palace?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And so with the first shopping pass done.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
I mean, I never got
Smiley
to
would
shop.
like to go buy a folding boat.
Yet. Yeah, I'm trying to work towards the session ending because we're like almost 30 minutes over time at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Are you buying a folding boat though?
Yes, real quick.
Alright, 9,000 gold.
Worth it.
Alright, the Sakat wearing man bows to you deeply as you obtain a folded up boat.
Thanks. My favorite.
Really quite decent if you think about it.
Legit?
Yeah.
It's a folding boat now.
Smiley is the owner of a folding boat, and that's about the most magical thing I've put in this campaign so far.
Sword was pretty magical.
True.
Rip. FF.
Who else is shopping?
I mean, I was gonna buy a tether disc, but only if it actually works.
Sure. Tenzin smiles at you and places the disc very prominently on his robes. And he says, I can tell by the look of you, you know some magic, so give it a shot.
Well, I would obviously try.
So you attempt your banish spell, and it simply fizzles around him.
Oh, neat. Can I see that real quick?
Uh,
Just
He-
look at it.
holds up the disc and places it in your hands.
I try the banish spell on him again.
He
Pulls another one out of his back pocket, like, ha ha ha.
I mean, I'm just checking.
Does-
It's very expensive.
he does not make the save, I think. Is 15 your save?
Nope, 16.
Alright, he poofs.
I grab my bag of stuff and walk out with this cool tether disc.
And the tether disc returns right back to where it was on the shelf as you leave.
Shit. Fine. I waited for him to come back and I had the 7,000 gold for him.
He returns back to the reality plane with a big smile on his face and takes your money. Thank you.
Unperturbed by the horrors he's seen.
It looks like he was expecting that.
He was. I give him a little wiggle of my nose and leave. My cool tether disc. It's worth a shot. You never know.
The DM has learned well.
And I guess I would like to go do some stuff at the blacksmith, but we could do that outside of the game anyway.
Yeah, further shopping outside of the game because we're 30 minutes over usual end time. So, thank you guys tonight for the session. That was a lot of fun. We'll get to, I guess, big party time next session.
Yeah, I won't be here. Sorry, guys.
Sans Korgath, who's going to be doing other Korgath things.
Taking another
2
nap.
weeks from now, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing 2 weeks, so that's going to be July 31st. Let me put that in the next game schedule. Alright. So, cool. Welcome to Brew 10. Party time is next session.
Yeah, boy.
And then more exploration and figuring out why the fuck are we here.
A great question, really. Why are we here?
You vaguely have a quest to go see Kiaton, but that's not urgent. There's tons of other stuff to do. But we'll get to that.
Hype.
No.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys. I am going to head to bed.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.